Yo, what's happening, you beautiful savages? Uncle Joey here with my main man, Syatt, for another episode of the Church New Testament. It's July the 1st. The rent is due. Wash your muffler, and let's get out there and make it a beautiful day to be alive. Hey, what's going on? Uncle Joey here. Listen, it's 4th of July weekend. If your dick is malfunctioning, it's time for some Blue Chew, Jack. Blue Chew is the brand you know and love for offering chewable tablets for better sex. Now they're launching something new. You ready? Blue Chew Max combines the active ingredients of Viagra and Cialis into one chewable. You're about to be unstoppable. Listen, if you thought Blue Chew was good, wait till you get the Blue Chew Max. You can get started even without leaving the couch. Sign up at BlueChew.com. Chat with one of their licensed medical providers, and if you're approved, you'll get a prescription within days, delivered to your house. Nobody knows nothing, not even the mailman. And get ready to polish that helmet and sling it, Jack. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. If you want it medium hard, hard, or fucking bang my head off the stove hard, Blue Chew got you covered. And we got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free. You're sitting there, Joey. Listen, I want the bang her head on the pipe one. Yeah, you sure I can get it for free? Free! When you press in promo code Joey, Joey, just pay a fin for shipping. That's $5. That's it. Nobody knows nothing. That's promo code Joey. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information, like don't eat two of them because you might sink the fucking ship. You know what I'm saying? You might have to drive on the 4th of July. Shit's hanging out. You don't want to do that. But anyway, that's a complete different type of party. I want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast and for giving this tremendous offer. So that's promo code Joey when you visit BlueChew.com. Right now, go look at yourself in the mirror and go, beep, 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 beep. I'm ready to sling some dick. Have a great 4th of July. We're back. That's it. Don't forget Blue Chew. It's the summertime. If you're going to sling dick, don't forget Blue Chew. That's all I can tell you. It is Blue Chew, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Always Blue Chew.
Only Blue
Tarzan?
Chew. Dude, R.I.P. the stairs. This is the last month of the stairs.
That's it?
That's it.
One more month?
That's it.
What are you going to do with the stuff up there? Burn it?
I'm going to try to sell it. Who knows?
Who's going to walk up those steps?
I don't know. Nobody, right? I'm going to give some stuff to my mom. I'll burn some of it. Who knows?
Oh, my God.
That's the fucking biggest waste of goddamn money.
No, it wasn't. It was
I love living here.
You said it the best. It got you here.
Yeah.
It got you here. And your first apartment, nobody moves in to the Trump Towers the first time, you know.
No.
You're going to have rats, shit you didn't see. Because when you're excited, the ether.
Right.
Like, and I know that's what happened to you. You're like, oh, yeah, I'm moving to New York. 4 steps. I could do this shit every day. Fuck you. When you told me, I was like, this motherfucker's out of his bird.
Well,
he's never walking those steps. And I was correct.
Well, you were correct. But this has been the craziest year of my life. Like, I don't know. It's a year anniversary of me breaking up with my last girlfriend.
Here we go with a thing. Oh, shit.
What?
There you go. What happened?
What'd I do?
Nothing. Just teaching. Just torturing you shit.
I feel like I'm walking into a conversation that's already going on. There we go. What do you mean? I don't know.
There we go.
And it was. I moved to New York thinking like, oh, I'm going to get put. Like, that's why the apartment that I had like an outdoor space. It was nice. I thought I was going to get pussy. And then I meet someone 2 weeks in.
That's what happens.
And then, yeah. So it's fucking crazy.
But it's great. At least you're in a relationship. You're in love. She could bake.
Oh,
she's pretty. You know, she smells good.
Thank you.
She's got a nice apartment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, that is my first apartment in New York. Dude, New York with money is a completely different. Like, they spin the rotating door for you at her place. That's someone's job.
Anywhere with money, they take care of you. You know, can you imagine living in New York and struggling right now? Like, 8 people in a 4-bedroom apartment, 2 of them are on the couch. You got 1.5 bathroom. That means at all times, all your bathrooms stink like shit.
Oh my God.
You have more than, your bathroom's always going to smell like a fucking billy goat. unless somebody sleeps at their girlfriend's or boyfriend's house. Struggling in New York sucks.
Dude, I have a friend who I met in LA who's a comic. He survives out here because he's a golf caddy during the day and they give him a free place to live, like the Caddy Shack house. He got home last year. His ceiling was like, it was just like raining in his fucking room. Like all the pipes burst.
In LA?
In New York. Like the
Whoa.
house that they give him. I met him when we lived in LA. He moved here to do comedy and he's a caddy. He's a great comic, doing great in the city. But he survives because he has a free place to live because he's a caddy. But everything just burst. Like it's
in the caddy room?
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck, he's been living for free for a year. At least I caught a break. We'll go to a hotel, live by the week. Hotel 6 will sign you up for 28 days.
Yeah, for fucking $8 million.
No, you tell him it's a weekly rate.
Not in New York.
Well, he can't stay in Manhattan, Lee.
Right.
You know, what the fuck? What are you, crazy?
Apparently.
In New York. No, he's going to have to go up to fucking the debts of, all the way out there and get a fucking Motel 6. What's the other airport in Long Island? Islip
or Islip?
Islip, yeah. Welcome to Islip. Fucking guy. Listen, there's no fucking shortcuts. L.A., both of those cities struggling. Sucks dick. I still remember having to shoplift cigarettes and fucking, take a soda from the gas station and shit.
Yeah.
That's when you have to, the checks would come out at 5 at the Comedy Store. I'd be there at 4:30. Like just whistling and shit. Like, can't wait to get that $75 check. I'm gonna go to Wendy's and get the fuck. Yeah.
I love how you knew what time the checks came out.
Yeah, the checks were there after 2, from 2 to 5. And the mailman came every day at 12:35. I was out there at attention at 12:20 in case he got lost or somebody tried to kidnap him.
Oh my God. Did they start to expect you?
Oh my God. When I lived on Gardner or Schrader, I don't know, wherever Ralphie lived, that same building, the mailman knew us by first name. If I got a check, the mailman wouldn't just put it in my box. He'd knock on Ralphie's door and say, I'm saving Joey the suspense.
Wait, you were getting mail at Ralphie's house?
No, because I was getting mail there. At somebody's house. Somebody in that building, I was getting my mail there.
Right.
For the longest time. For years, I was getting my mail there. I can't remember whose box it was. It was either Celine's, Gavin's, fucking Jody's. It could have been Ralphie's.
Right.
So I would be there. I knew them, and he was Filipino. So I knew his schedule.
That's amazing.
You think I'm fucking kidding you? He would tell me when he wasn't going to be there the next week. Like, I'm going on vacation, poop, poop, poop. I will not be here, so the other guy come late, so just to let you know. But I'd be fucking waiting there. It was always this, and people would say to me, you getting a check? I don't know. But if you're not out here, you won't get dick, right or wrong. If I didn't get a check, then I had to go hustle. Then I had to go put the day together. Well, I got $8. Let me at least get a Chinese lunch. I was waiting for 35. And dog, I'm going to be honest with you guys. A lot of times I wasn't getting a check, and a check would come from something I didn't even expect.
How good does that feel when you get a surprise check?
Oh, my God. I still remember being broke, and I had to get a plane ticket. And I went downstairs, and I go, I guarantee Terry didn't check the mail. This one, me and Terry lived together, because I was getting mail at 2 places for a long time. And I'll never forget going downstairs, and we had just gotten married. We were moving to the valley, and I needed money. And I went downstairs. Remember when The Sopranos stopped in 2007 or 9? HBO put a box set out, and in the front they put the Mad TV sketch. So they paid me for that.
Nice.
And I'll never forget going downstairs expecting a dick day and opening up my thing, and there was like a check for $2,400.
Oh, shit.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like at 9:30. No, I was clean then. I was clean, spotless clean. But I still remember going to Celine's after the Comedy Store one night, 10 o'clock at night, and trying to no money, and Celine going, Joey, go over there. You got a check in the mail. No, you got something in the mail. And I went over there. There was a letter that was already open, and it was the that dude that became a comedian, they took all his movies away. He used to have a reality show on Fox, and I did the episode 4. I played a pizza guy. Jamie Kennedy? Yes, Jamie Kennedy Experiment.
Oh, shit, okay.
I did episode 4 or 5 or some stupid shit.
That must have been a while ago. I remember that show.
Dog, that was 2001 or 2.
Jesus.
The show was a hit.
Right.
But they couldn't shoot the episodes fast enough. So they kept re-showing mine.
Nice.
And I'll never forget, at 10 o'clock at night, I'm like, man, the night's done. It looks like I'm going home. And Celine's like, go over there. There's something over there for you. And it came open. I remember going in there. It was 2 checks for $650 a day's pay. And I ran to the fucking check cashing place by my old house in Hollywood.
Right.
I basically ran up there because I thought they closed. They didn't. They were open 24 hours. I was pissed.
That you run?
Yeah, because I had to catch the coke dealer. He closed at 1, so I ran over there. But I got my checks cashed. But that's great. You know, even now, like my residual checks, like when I look at, my wife doesn't deposit 1 anymore. She waits till I get 10 of them.
Okay.
And she deposits all 10 of them at once. And I wish I could read you guys the amounts I get. You would die. Like it starts like at 1 penny, 3 pennies, 18 cents, $92. Then it goes back to $4.21, $5.18, $320, 28 cents, 22 cents. Like, so if 10 checks come, 2 of them will be worth catching. There's 3 of them that my wife will sit there and look at and go, why would they send you a check for this fucking amount?
I was just gonna ask, like the stamp makes it not even worth it. Why not just direct deposit into your account?
I'm at a point in my life where I get them every fucking day.
Yeah.
I get them every day for a show I did 30 fucking years ago. Now they air it in Japan. And they send me like, those are the good ones. When you get the white envelope with the red paperwork,
oh, snap.
That's when you're like, oh shit.
What's the red paperwork?
The red paperwork is international and shit. Ray Poupon and shit.
Do they pay you even though you're not talking? Like, do they dub over you?
Yeah, they dub over you, but they show you.
They still pay you?
Those checks are 21 cents. when I open those up, I'm like, what, bitches? You open them up, 21. The other day I had I'm not lying to you. I must have got 9 checks. My wife deposited them one day last week because I just put them on the thing when I get them.
Right.
And then I go to sag.org. You go to sagafter.org, and they'll tell you what's coming, the date it's coming, and what's in process. So, dog, when I had nothing, I lived on that website.
Just hitting refresh all day.
Every Sunday at 6 o'clock, they refreshed it. Okay, so they would start on Sunday at 6 o'clock, and it would tell you when your checks were going to be there, when they were going to get mailed out. So on those days, I already had that money spent. George, I'm coming over at 1 to pick up an 8th. Dog, let's go get some Chinese at 1. All right, then we'll go to, what's his name, get an 8th of weed, and then we'll go to Ricky Cruz, pick him up and get high.
Did you have it on your calendar? Like, check for $5.
You don't put none in your calendar. It's all in the coconut.
It's all there.
But in those days, the checks were heavy.
Right.
Those checks were like $333, $682, because it was the top of the tier. It was 20 years ago.
Right.
So I'd be just parked out there like a child. And when he would come, I'd be like, oh shit. And when I went in there, if that check wasn't there for some reason, there was one check that didn't come for fucking like a week. I was pissed. I was on the phone with SAG every day. And because of that, till this day, I still have the number you call when you're missing a check. I never got rid of that number.
Oh, my God.
That number's been in this phone since 2002 because I lost a check for like $500. I had like 9 checks sent to me. That's the funny thing about that. That week was my biggest payoff ever at that time. I had like 9 checks sent to me. All the checks were over $50, but the one I was waiting for was that. In my world, I got every check except the $500 one, and I had to wait 30 days to file a fucking complaint.
Oh no!
And then once you file the complaint, it takes another 120 days to process. So kiss that check goodbye. But what a lot of people don't know, and I'm going to drop it on you right now, especially if you live in Hollywood, because those motherfuckers are treacherous. Once a year, I would drive down to SAG after SAG. I would go to SAG first, go upstairs and say, can I please get the box of checks that got returned? Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
It was just checks that never got sent to you or delivered?
They got sent to my fucking address. But for some reason, they didn't deliver them. No, he don't live here no more. Shit like that when they put the arrow going backwards on your shit. Yeah, and I would go, what the fuck? I live there. And then they would have them to like an address in like Jersey. Like they went online for an address, and they come up with, like, why would you send this to Fairview, New Jersey? That's the address we had. No, you didn't. I live in L.A. Why would I put fucking a North Bergen address? Like, that's what they would do to me. So you go down there and come home with like 800. What?
Oh, God.
But you had to wait once a year. Like, you had to, like, because if you went every other week, you look like a fucking pauper.
Well, I was going to say.
But the after department always fucked up your checks. And this is what pissed me off about those motherfuckers.
What'd they do?
They always got the address to bill you, correct. Not a poop. All their bills always come back without the hand. Everything else came back. They're another motherfucker. They dig through the computer and look for your old addresses and send them there on purpose. So, because after 90 days, the check is null and void.
You think it's a scam? Dude, I wouldn't be surprised.
Who do you think you're dealing with? Joy Bananas? I finally had to figure, when you're broke, you figure that type of shit out. You're like, how come they didn't lose any other check but my big one for 120 fucking days? Maybe the production company, who the fuck is, but the production company has to send a check to SAG. SAG recuts the check and sends it to you.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Very seldom do you get a check from the production. Every once in a while. Those are the mistakes I would get. Checks from production companies that would send them to you. And dog, when you're broke, you know all the protocols. So when you do a commercial, you got to check within 30 days. They suck dick. But if you do a TV or a film, you should be getting your money in 10 days.
Whoa.
So now you signed the paperwork and you gave the control of your agency to take that check. Well, guess what they're going to do? They're going to deposit and tell you they never got dick. I would have the producers on the other line and go, listen, before you say what you're going to say, I want you to think about what you're going to say. Mm-hmm. You better think about what you're going to say. I got, what's your name? Liam. I got Liam from Partners, whatever that's a new they just came to New Jersey. Entertainment Partners. Liam, tell my manager when he sent the check, June 1st. It's July fucking 1st. Why don't I have my check? Well, we never got it. Liam, did they get it? You should see how many people I caught in that.
Damn.
They sent it. And then I found out they were sending the checks after 3 days. Like if you shot and you caught the fucking pay period right, like if you shot on a Tuesday, you got to check on Friday. Your agent would sit for a month and a half. Listen, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you an extra 2%. Just mail me the check when I get it, because I'm over here starving.
2%?
Yeah, whatever. Why are you
That's holding? A lot of percent.
What are they going to make on $600? Oh, yeah, that's $600 check. That's scale.
Yeah, but what about, if you think they're doing this with you, I was just thinking about the
Hello?
guys.
And you have 200 fucking clients.
What about the people who are on like those shows that are on for 10, 20 years? If you're getting these kind of checks, they must be getting 50 checks a day. Like those people who are on movies or shows forever.
Yes.
Holy shit.
It's a fucking scam. It's a fucking scam. Yeah.
There
was a part 15 years ago where I went to this agency, and one day I would sit on SAG every fucking Sunday. 6 o'clock. I don't give a fuck what's going on. You got a computer? Yeah. Okay. 6:01, I'm on SAG. I would see like 20 checks came. So I call SAG, and I'm like, hey, my ID number, date of birth, whatever the fuck you need, address. You sent those checks to me, but I haven't gotten one of them. They're like, hold on. And they were like, no, we sent them to your agent. And I go, why would you do that? And they go, because they have a release. I ran to that agent, and I go, dog, where's my money? And they're like, what money? And I go, let's go to the computer, this money. And they're like, oh, yeah, we take that, and we take 10%. And I go, You didn't book that.
Oh, no.
You didn't book that. I'll take you to fucking court right now. You better undo that. Well, you signed the agreement. I don't give a fuck what I signed. How can you take commission on a job you never fucking booked?
How did they even get a check for something they didn't book? That's crazy.
They took that thing when I signed on with them.
Right.
Whatever I was signing, they took and sent it to fucking SAG.
Jesus.
And I called my lawyer, and he goes, no. They put that in after the paper. Because I always run that shit by my lawyer at the time. Always. You know, the guy from Goonies. Fucking Ralphie's lawyer.
Oh, they added something to your contract after you signed it?
They would send that paperwork in. They would forge it. Look, these motherfuckers, you got to watch your paper like a motherfucker. People think it's just, And you see Jay-Z jumping up and down in Paris. Even that guy's got to watch his money.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care what level of entertainment you are or whatever. You have to watch your fucking paper constantly.
And that's so sad for a guy like me who's like hoping one day to have an agent. Is that like there's people like there's
Look,
that
every fucking year, three agents and 2 managers go to jail. Every fucking year. If you look closely, we know somebody who threw his manager in fucking jail, Nick Turturro.
Damn.
That motherfucker was taking everything. Everything, because they become your personal managers, and they're like, okay, I'll handle everything. And you're like, oh, yeah, the spotlight is great. And meanwhile, they're eating lobster tails. And
yeah. Like, are you talking about like paying their regular bills? I don't understand that at all. How hard is it to set auto pay?
You are so fucking tied up as an entertainer. There's a lot of people who are in comedy or acting or music that listen to this. There's a level that you get to, it's $60,000 a year. People are going to try to rob you at every, you know, it's like I feel bad for like, what about the guy caught that was my Apple guy?
Oh, yeah.
Remember with the missing hand?
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker, no wonder he had a missing hand. Somebody cut it off from stealing.
Oh, no.
We had to take him to court. For what he settled for, it was like, he was just, but I could feel it because when we didn't have the podcast, the numbers were great. And all of a sudden, the podcast booming, everything's selling except my CDs. Are you fucking stupid? And we kept asking him, oh, no. Sales have been down. I do Rogan. I remember those days. That first album I did live at fucking the Three Aces.
Yeah,
Do you
3
remember
clubs.
that? I remember nobody even fucking talked to me back then. I'd done the longest show. I had this dude talk me into doing a CD for his company. I put that thing on Apple. I think I sold 3 of them in 5 years. I swear to God. One night, I'm having dinner in Vegas, and my text goes off, and it's that guy. And he goes, I'm sending you a check for $1,900. And I fucking got up and called him. I go, what are you talking about? And your checks are always $9, $8.50. And he goes, I don't know. You did something, and all your CDs sold out or something.
Whoa.
I'd gone on Rogan.
Oh, okay.
Every time you went on those shows in those days, they bought everything. And he kept, so after that, I went on Rogan 25,000 times. And he's telling me, oh, you just sold 3 CDs. So I signed with that dude, and I said, look into that. This motherfucker came back and goes, dog, this motherfucker. No wonder he's got a missing hand.
That's
and I
crazy.
could tell because he started dating a young girl. And when I met him, he had like a shitty car. And when I met him the second time, he had a convertible Audi.
Don't go from a shitty car to an Audi.
Yeah, you don't go from a shitty car to a convertible Audi. So I knew something was not right. And then the chick broke his heart. And he went deep. You got to go to psychotherapy and sell the car. Reminded him of her and shit. I wish I was lying to you guys. It was not good.
Was he stealing the money to pay for stuff for the girl?
I think he was just stealing the money to impress the girl.
And
you're gonna get that a lot. I was with an agency once that he didn't rob me, but there was an agent that seemed very nice. And one day I heard they took him out of there with handcuffs. He was, there's 1,000 ways to rob a client.
And what do you think? Do you think it's just so easy for them that they're never going to notice? It's just too much temptation.
Okay, you sign with a manager.
Right.
And the guy sells you on, we take care of everything. Okay. We get your plane tickets, hotels, rental cars. You give me a card. 3 years, nothing ever happens. Then one day they get an assistant. You know?
Right. Okay.
Now he's got access to your cards. Now you're seeing bowling, $89. You haven't bowled since high school. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. That's how it starts. And if they get away with bowling once or twice, then they'll take her for dinner. And then they'll take her for another dinner. And then next thing you know, you're financing plane tickets to Alaska. It's never happened to me. But it's happened to 3 or 4 comics I know.
Well, is that because you have your wife, like, to help you in a lot of ways that maybe some other comics don't?
That taught me that I would book my own plane tickets, even today.
The plane tickets, yeah.
Even today, I still look at my own plane tickets and book them. Even today, I do all that shit.
And obviously
I don't have the heart to go, Lee, do me a favor, get me a plane. And then you have to call me back and go, well, there's a 7:30, a 9:30, and an 11:30. All right, what time do we get back? Sunday, and then you call me back. Well, the 7:30 is not available. I can't do that as a human being. That's just stupidity.
And is it really?
That's just stupidity. I can't do that. Go back and forth to a fucking stupid fucking plane ticket.
It takes longer.
Open it up. It takes a lot longer.
And then, like,
it takes too much of my time. That's why people say to me, how come you never got an assistant? Because by the time I taught you the method, you're going to have a fucking heart attack. Because there's no method. It's just hustling. It's just get on the computer, do this. You're looking at dates. You got to check the hotel to see if they got a midnight room service. That's the first thing I look at. When we go to Boston and shit, you got to have something for me to eat. How many times you go back to a hotel? You're starving. They got potato chips.
They know for anything. Even nice hotels have nothing.
Forget it. I want to see the menu. I want to see the late night menu. It's always going to have a stupid fucking cheeseburger. You know that. They're always going to have a warm chocolate chip cookie, which I don't know why I would just get one cookie. Tell me I got a bags of Chips Ahoy for the small 20. Bring it up. Bring it up. Why you know what I'm saying? Like, wait till somebody opens up one of those hotels that you fucking pick your own midnight menu, like a prison menu. You send them at 11. You look at your remote, what's coming on? The Twilight Zone, fucking Eyes Wide Shut. Right. I'm up till 4. Fuck it. Okay, let me get a salami sandwich with bologna and fucking American cheese, lettuce, mustard. Put the mayonnaise under the fucking whatever, because I want the mustard on the salami. You know, and you sit there like Norton eating fucking. And you know what, guys? I swear to my mercy, 9 out of 10 times I don't eat, but I just want to know if I can't sleep and I roll a joint and I go downstairs at 2 a.m. When I go down to smoke that joint, I'm thinking about that. I already looked at the menu. I already know what I'm going to order. This is just kicking up those taste buds a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I know. I mean, you haven't been on the road that much in the last year or so, but I've been out and like not at shitty hotels. Even if they have restaurants, they're not usually open all night. There's almost nothing.
That's what I'm fucking saying to you. That's why I'd rather pick a hotel that has a late night.
Right, no, I
what am I talking to my fucking self here?
No, I know that's what you want, but I don't know how many of them you're gonna find. Plus,
you're not gonna find a lot. It's a W, Four Seasons,
right?
Maybe a Marriott, but you gotta look at the fine print with the other hotels because they'll throw curveballs at you.
What do they do?
It's like frozen pizza and shit like that. We have pizza, we have burritos. And you're like, oh, and then you get there. But let me tell you something. If there's anything I miss from LA, it's a lot of food, but I could go for 2 of those frozen burritos from the bodega, 2 of those bean and cheese motherfuckers late at night.
You mean 7-Eleven? What are you talking about?
Not 7-Eleven, like one of those Mexican places. They had those little frozen burritos.
I didn't know they had those.
Fuck yeah. Even the fucking fruit, like the little, yeah.
Yeah?
A little meat, a little fucking, I would never do the pork, I ain't gonna lie to you. But it's so crazy how, as a comic, as an entertainer, you think, wow, once I get up there, my life's going to ease up. Fuck you. You got to work harder. You got to keep your eyes more open. You got to watch more shit. And that's where the mental stress comes from. It's not just writing jokes anymore.
Right.
You know, when that agent calls you and says, hey, how you doing? Good. Listen, I got a great date for you. July 24th, 25th, and 26th. And you're like, okay. And you take it. And you get there and it's like, man, you should have been here last weekend. People were everywhere. This is Black Biker and Midget Parade weekend. And you're like, ooh.
No one comes out
you know
that
what I'm
weekend.
saying? Why did I come here? And then you don't know, so you don't even go, hold on 1 second. Let me see if they have a direct flight.
Right.
You don't know. You say, yeah, ready. They sign the thing, and all of a sudden you're like, direct flight. You got to fly to Mongolia and then back to fucking Newark and then up to Canada. You know, you don't know these things.
Right.
You get burnt like 4 or 5 times. Like, I'm not saying yes, ever. I'll call you back in 5 minutes. I'm at a computer. I'm checking the hotels. I'm checking the late night menu. I'm checking the fucking Ubers. You have to check everything. Because then they'll get you, okay, and then you get there, it's an hour from the hotel. They're only paying you $500.
Right.
It just costs you $75 each way. That's $150 out of $500. You don't know this shit. So there comes a time you have to check everything. You learn. And then one day you make a checklist. Fuck it. I'll call you back in 10 minutes.
Right.
Why? Because I got to cover my bases too. I got to check to see if it's a midget funeral or some shit before I go there this weekend. Because if not, that's what they keep saying that shit to you. Last week, the helicopters were dropping people off. There was people everywhere coming to the shows, and you're like...
Meanwhile, you have 10 people at your show or something?
you got 8 people, and one of them's a half a midget.
Yeah, and because you were talking about, like, managers doing it for you. And, like, I know you were busy, and I know there's people who are very busy, but do you really think there's someone you're that busy that you can't book a flight? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, that I couldn't in the back of an Uber. And I know it's like, I can, but I don't want to. But that doesn't make sense.
Am I a control freak for doing that? Or do I just want to know what I'm walking into? I want to know what I'm walking into. What if all this shit, if we go back and forth for 2 hours, I get up, I go to Newark, and you're like, no, it was LaGuardia.
Right. Yeah.
Do you follow all this shit? That's why I don't like... You want to do business? You call me. You want to show me your titties? Text me. Okay? You want to say good morning? Text me. Anything business-wise, jump on the fucking call. So there's no misunderstandings. Get on the fucking call. Get on the call.
But then do you ever worry people are going to like say that you said something that you didn't, or they're going to say they didn't say something?
Write it down. You have to take notes when you talk to these people. Do I have a hotel? No. Confirmed. Okay. How far from the airport to the thing? Oh, it's about 2 hours. Is somebody going to pick me up? No. Don't even ask. Just assume. What time is the club manager going to pick me up?
Got it.
Oh, well, we don't do that. No. Oh, shit. You don't? Okay. I got to text out. And you don't because you want the gig.
Right.
But then they'll keep doing that to you. And then the word gets out. Now you're half a fag. Now you're driving from airport to airport. So these are things I learned. And I didn't care because I did comedy for 9 years. But after 9 years, I got into the comedy store. Once I got into the comedy store, listen, here's the deal. I'll take the cheap payment, but you got to take a little fucking care of me. Right. I'm not up here playing a fucking violin or an harmonica or putting a fucking wig on. I'm one of the Marines. I may not be a big timer today, but I'm going to be somebody. So you want to take care of me today. And that's what you have to tell these people. If not, you could sit at home and do the Comedy Cellar.
Right.
Or Stand, or Gotham, or whatever your home is. Once you're confident, you're like, what am I losing out on these idiots for?
Was it hard to make the jump from like doing comedy and then like making it a business? Like to change that mindset?
No, because how many times can you get fucked in the ass?
A lot.
You ever been jealous?
Yes.
Okay. How old were you when you were jealous?
Constantly.
Still till today?
Yeah.
Okay. As a Spanish kid, when I was like in the 6th or 7th grade, I used to get so jealous I'd light curtains on fire and stupid shit like that.
Okay. I never lit anything on fire, but
and then I got that Cuban machismo to me. And I knew that wouldn't work in the real world. Like I just knew it. So I had to lose those type of emotions for me to move forward as a man, you know? With comedy, you never really know. You never really know. But then again, I've always been a savage. I became a super savage when I got off the cocaine. And I started looking at life at what the fuck are we doing? What is the most important thing at my age? Is it doing this? Is it doing that? No, it's trying to become a person, trying to get some money. Everybody has money in the bank. At 45, I had no money in the bank. I had $21 one day and be at $112 the next. Then I'd jump it up again to $38.50 because I have to deposit my SAG checks in there. And then one day, my wife, it was about 5 years in, my wife asked me to look at my schedule. And she goes, let me see your schedule. And she goes, why are you doing that gig? That one. And she goes, I want you to cancel that. You're just killing yourself to live. It's not worth it. You have the Comedy Store. You always have the Comedy Store. You're doing these gigs. Some of them you make money, but you're losing money.
Right.
Between the gas, your time, the drive, the tolls, you're losing money. And then I just applied it to everything. Movies, TV, life. It's a fucking discipline in a way where what's the most important thing to you? To me at the time was becoming a great comic. So when you asked me to go to do something stupid, I don't have time for that.
You mean stupid like
Anything,
people or
waste
like
of my
comedically?
time
Right.
compared to what I could be doing at night. My daytime, I don't give a fuck what I'll do whatever you want in the daytime. But if it's between me getting on stage or me going to something that you and your friends are going to waste time, even though you're a comic. And then I'm just waiting for you to come to me one day and go, man, my career, But you had the time to go to a Yankee game and jump up and down 3 nights in a row for the World Series. Who gives a fuck? You could have watched it at home and done your spots. These guys were there that night, watching the crowd. Now they're not, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying the Yankees. I mean anything.
No, I totally get it.
Movies, anything. Like that was, like it becomes a business. You know, I see these comics that think that they're going to go on stage and say something so disgusting or so off-color, they're going to piss the audience off and walk out. Okay, again, what's that expression? You won the war, but you lost the battle?
Other way around.
You won the battle, but you lost the war?
Right.
That's what you just did. This is a business. So why am I going up there and trying to piss my audience off?
Right. It's crazy when people do that.
Okay, so there's all these things that you start looking at things and going, I'm getting too old for this dumb shit. Hold on, let me cut my beard off and leave side chops and cut an eyebrow off. You could just be funny and write a joke.
Right.
So after a while, you just learn how to trim the fat off. And then you trim it off for life. And that's when it gets fucking really fun. That's when it gets really fun.
Why?
Because 2 nights ago, I was talking to George. And I swear to my mother's grave. On the way home, I go, I did the show on the 27th. And today's the 29th. I'm 62 years old, and I'm like, the rent is due. 62. I don't even pay rent. I pay state taxes. But in my mind, in my fucking mentality, it's Saturday night. The rent is due. I swear to God, it was between me watching the UFC. That's how my mentality is. Like, I was like, I got time to watch this shit. But I'm like, yeah, I got paid last night. Do you know what I'm saying? But in my mind today, I'm like, tomorrow the rent is due. Chop, chop, motherfucker, because Friday's the 4th. And that means it's a double banger. It's like Christmas and New Year's. You ain't got time. You ain't got time to bleed, bitch. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the truth. And George is talking to me about something. I go, rent is due on Tuesday, George, right? And the conversation ended. That's it. That's all we need to talk about right now. The rent is due. You got the Yankees or not? You got the Red Sox? You got the over? Because everything else is nonsense. Everything else is nonsense.
But like, what? And I'm not saying I disagree with you. But when you say that to people, I know people will say to you, yeah, but you got to live life. You got to go to a Yankee game.
Good. Let me know. Let me know when you're paying your minimum payment on your credit card and you could have been doing something. Because there's nothing worse. I'm dealing with somebody right now who had a huge opportunity to do a ton of things, you know, and he's crying now. He's crying a lot because he wasted time. And there's nothing like wasting fucking time. Okay? There's nothing, and there's nothing worse than being my age and going, oh, fuck, I should have took that job in 92. Right now I'm starving because I didn't take that job in 92. I made a mistake 30 years ago that I'm suffering for right now. And we all think we're cute. Yeah, I got a couple thousand in the bank. I'm going to take a couple days off, buy some drinks, get a hat, make believe I'm somebody I'm fucking not. And you come back and what happens? Your car explodes. Your fucking car explodes.
Or you lose the job.
There goes and you lost your job because you can't get to you can't get there unless you got a fucking Chinese guy that you're going to whip in a rickshaw. Do you know what I'm saying? Right. So now you're like, that shit, bro, I still think of shit. That's why I take these fucking gigs. Because I don't want to be 65 and Mercy can't have a bicycle. And I'm like, fuck. They offered me Atlantic City, but I had an ego. There ain't no ego when you got a kid.
Right.
There ain't no ego.
You'd have to fuck up pretty bad for Mercy not to be able to get a bike.
How many times you go to a strip club and half those women's are fucking moms? They got a stretch mark. They got a half a titty. The drug dealer father stabbed them. They're there selling that ass. Do you think that's what they want to do? No, they grew up in 18 and going, I don't want to go to college. I want to be a stripper and have some chubby guy named Joey stab me in the ass and, suck dick. No, but they had a kid. They made a mistake. And now they got to make two mistakes.
Got it.
You're already fucked up with the kid. You let some guy, ratio, and now he's nowhere to be found. This little fuck. You know what I'm saying? He went back to Saudi Arabia, wherever the fuck.
Horatius from Saudi Arabia?
ICE took him. I don't fucking know. With your luck, ICE will take you back. You fall in love and everything is great. You meet at Hudson County Park to eat corn. And all of a sudden, ICE is selling it to you and shit over there.
Dude, you have a whole life invented for this couple.
That's ICE selling corn over at Hudson County right now. Oh. I drove by. They got a little net. They're hidden. Last time I was hiding there, it was when Bernard King was playing basketball at the courts. You could see him. They even have a sign now that says, come get the corn. That means that ICE is by that corn machine waiting like a motherfucker. They're in that fucking jungle, that little lake over there like Rambo in part 2 when he came out of the mud and he stabbed the Russian in the neck.
ICE is hiding in the mud?
Doug, you want to make a bonus? That's all you got to do is call ICE and go to Hudson County Park on Sunday. They're all up there playing soccer. Just bring the big bus. Bring the big bus and shit. No, they don't play no more bocce. They took the court down. No, it's over. They don't play bocce no more. It was on Bergenland. They took it off. No. Yeah, fucking 15 years ago. Where you been? Across the street from Jan Michael Vincent, from Vincent Bicycles. Get it together, George. Come on. We're here today. We're live. It's fucking wherever the fuck we are. But yeah, that's it. They're hiding in Hudson County. I saw them today. They're in the trees. Crazy. They got the Subarus down on Edgewater.
Why were you hiding in the park?
Huh?
Why were you hiding in the park?
Different purposes.
Oh, I can't believe you're driving around just like
I'm
reminiscing about, I was hiding in that park.
I don't want to go to jail, but I've been driving around looking for ICE. I see where they're going to be this week. They're going to be down by me. So I went for a little ride today looking for them. One from my favorite.
Why are you testing ICE?
I'm not texting them.
No, testing.
I want to see them in action. I want to see how they do it.
What if they pulled you over?
I got a beard and a funny disguise and a driver's license that says fucking Chad Johnson. Chad Ocho Siete.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
But you know what, man? We haven't discussed what we experienced Thursday and Friday nights. We had a nice... Listen, man, I didn't have the set I wanted to have. But everything else was so fucking great. Our families met. We had 8 different families there, 22 different generations. It was just... I would have had food if I would have known. I would have had nice catered afterwards, some ziti. Next time, now we know. What a fucking great theater.
Dude,
you did really greatly.
Well, I appreciate it. I didn't feel like I had the set. Because let's back up for people who don't know. You did Prudential. Well, Thursday we always have a great time at the dojo.
NJ Pack. We did the dojo Thursday as a walnut, which was warm up.
Yeah.
a walnut, a warm up, which is always, it's a great little room.
Oh, yeah.
You know, everybody has a good time. He puts out food. You know, I forget what his name is. It always blanks.
Mike at the dojo.
Mike Dojo is the fuck. That's his name on my phone. Mike Dojo. So,
but Friday is what we were talking about. We did Prudential Hall at NJ Pack, which.
But hold on.
I'm sorry.
Thursdays are something special over there.
Oh, dude, it was an amazing
something
show.
very nice over there. It's going to be hot in the summer. You know, I'm getting the surgery. For you guys who keep saying, why does Joey have a Band-Aid? Every week I get 3 people. Why do you have a Band-Aid? Because it doesn't fit on my asshole. How's that? I got an extra Band-Aid. I got to no, because I got a fucking thing in my ear. So tomorrow, July 1st, they're going to rip it out, shoot Botox in my ear to kill the hair underneath that's all infected. Then they're going to fucking take skin off my leg. No, they're going to stitch it. So this side's going to be a little pulled up. Like, so this eye's been fucked up. Now they're gonna, this eye's, it's going to be like, I'm thinking about suicide, but I haven't written the letter yet. You know what I'm saying? Like
the early stages.
So that's fucking tomorrow. For you people who are concerned about Uncle Joey and his aging little heart. My heart's fucking great shape. Even Whoop has been sending me messages that my resting heartbeat is going down, that my cardiovascular is off the system. It is. I'll tell you guys later. I can't brag here because people want to karate chop me and shit.
That's awesome.
And then next Thursday, they're going to yank out this tooth, and this cocaine thing. So this is going to be out of commission for the whole weekend of the 11th. That's why I'm going to see Theo on the 9th in Philadelphia, because that's my last rah-rah night. Then Thursday, there's a jiu-jitsu guys coming in to do a seminar. So at first, I thought it was Thursday the 10th, but it works out. It's July the 11th. So they're going to rip this tooth out, these, and they're going to put a set of braces like Jelly Roll for like a month. And then in September, they're going to put this row in. And then in like November, they're going to put this row in the teeth. And by December, I could eat fucking spare ribs.
Congratulations.
So,
are you looking forward to it?
Oh, yeah. I've been counting the days. I can't wait till they shoot needles in my mouth and fucking stitches and fucking, you know, blood. And the guy's yanking. Because this is a 62-year-old molar. This ain't coming out with like a little think.
No.
This is like the guy wears a helmet. He's got like a tow truck, and they put it on there. And they got to keep numbing it. Pull, and it's like fucking pull. And like, what's that? What's those 2 fags in the movie about social media? Facebook?
Oh, the
remember
social
they wrote
network?
the little bite, the whatever twins, the Bopsy twins.
Oh,
pull.
geez, the Bopsy twins.
Pull. That's me. So that's that pull. He's a little Russian guy. He's like 5'2". He's going to have a hell of a day, and I'm going to put the seatbelt on to fuck with him. He's going to have his foot on my neck. I cannot do this. Yeah, keep pushing, Bruno. Keep pushing, Boris.
Oh, my God.
So that's July 11th. So I got a softball tournament that week. I don't even think I'm going down. I'm just going to rest with like a fucking thing on my head. And then I'm just going to recuperate for a few weeks, and then we come back in August, like herpes. Bam, it'll be nice and hot. We'll do a couple pop-up shows. And then we're ready for fucking Philly the 27th. And then we pop on a fucking flight. I talked to some people. I'm talking to some people, you know what I'm saying? They're going to take us right to Fort Lauderdale, drop us off in a helicopter.
No way.
We're get dropped off in parachutes.
Am I going to have like the Israeli flag on my parachute?
He's getting 6 parachutes. One of them is not going to open.
We already
know that. You can't kill a Jew in this climate. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be something like an Argentinian. We got to bring somebody else for this.
Why does someone have to die?
Because why make it fun? It's like Randy Rhoads. You know what I'm saying? Somebody died. Now we got to do the comedy show depressed. No. I'm just fucking with you guys.
I know.
And I don't know the exact dates for the other gigs. I know it's sometime in November. Like we have 2 shows in 1 month, but it's like Virginia and Maryland. It's like, I know it's, I don't know, Harris maybe. I don't know. Why am I lying to poor people? They're sitting there taking notes going, where are you traveling to? I have no idea. Right now I got Philadelphia and Fort Lauderdale. That is it, Jack. And I'm happy about that. It keeps me tuned up. Listen, man, I'm trying my fucking hardest. And it's so weird how after the show, like on the way home, all the material I forgot just miraculously started blowing out of my ass. Like, it's such a fucking mind fuck. And you and I were talking about this morning how I was doing great for like 22 minutes and I was still stepping on my lines. I'm like, God damn it, why am I fucking doing this? This line belongs to this joke.
Right.
I was rushing. I didn't know what I was doing. And you know what? But I still had a great time. I felt the heart from those people, and I tried to give it back. And listen, that's all you could do as a stand-up comic.
So you skipped to like the end. We didn't talk at all. Like, it was a great fucking dude. First of all, Prudential Hall was beautiful, and like the whole like.
Is it Prudential Hall or NJ Pack?
The NJ Pack is like the group, and there's rooms within NJ Pack, and the room we were in was called Prudential Hall. It was a 2860 something. 20.
I mean, I didn't expect to see all those people. I ain't gonna lie to you,
dude. I didn't.
Those tiers of people going up and up. And
I didn't even see that.
I hope nobody jumps off this motherfucker because.
Oh my god!
Yeah, there was 4 tiers. That's a lot of fucking seats. And listen, I'm fortunate. It was in my backyard. There was a lot of New Jersey supporting there that night.
Yeah.
A lot of love from Jersey people. And I fucking thank them with all my heart, My daughter got to watch it. That picture you sent me, that's a great picture.
Of her watching it?
Yeah, her like enthused watching it. I looked at it, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, I can't tell you, knowing you for so long, knowing her since she was a kid, like how cool it was just to, and Terry being there too, but even just like to know what you've done with Mercy, and like because she's come to a few shows and she always has a lot of fun, and so like
she always.
When she came on stage, I grabbed her. I was like, "You can stand right here," and she just loved it.
When I was a kid, my mom had that bar, and when I first got to McKinley, I was like one of the only Cuban kids. And on Fridays, we were supposed to do the ecology club.
Okay.
After school, we're supposed to go to the ecology club, and the other half would have to go to George, the place in Union City that you wanted me to play, across from the 4-Star Diner. But what's the Catholic school that's back there? There's like a Catholic something back there. There was a church. I think they had Larry McNeil's father there. But behind there was a catechism. So either you had to go to that or
ecology class.
What were we talking about here? I forget. Oh, so on Fridays, I would go to my mother's bar after catechism, and I would always bring 3 kids. And my mother would always go, let them sit at the bar and give them a Coke with a cherry in it. I still talk to 2 of those kids today. And every time at the end of the conversation, they're like, dog, I still remember going up to your mother's bar and sit at the bar with grown people and feeling like an adult for fucking 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I remember walking out of there and going home. Dean LaPrete told me he went home. He used to go home and beat up his brother because he goes, just out of fucking principle. I would go home and light him up because I felt like a man. And that's the same thing. You give them that little window of them feeling like an adult. That not even an adult. She knows she's a young woman. She knows it. They give her that feeling just for 2 or 3 hours. Then we take it back from her. But she remembers that. She's like, dog, I was out. People were drinking. I smelled reefer. She's not fucking stupid. And I don't want her to be raised. I want her to know what this shit is.
Right. And there is a part of that, but I also think like she was just so proud of you. Like she just likes seeing you do your shit.
She
she feels like an adult, but I think it's like also like,
she's my daughter. So
yeah.
I didn't want to hide anything from her. Listen, you don't want to hide shit from your fucking kids because you're going to pay for it later on, and they're going to come at you and go, why didn't you ever tell me? And okay, you don't lose the relationship, but somewhere along the line, they're like, why wouldn't you tell me about something like that?
Right.
Were you scared? Were you ashamed? So I wanted to know the truth and nothing but the truth. When she told me she was talking to her girlfriend on the phone, and she whipped out my book and read the first paragraph to her little 12-year-old friend, and they both started fucking crying. They had to close the book up. I don't mind. I don't mind. She knows. She's so retarded, though. When we got home that night, she said something to my wife. We're eating the muffins, and she said to my wife, when I get older, I'm not going to drink cocaine. And me and my wife
What? Just out of nowhere. That's fantastic.
She's like, yeah, when I get old, I'm never going to drink cocaine. And we're like, okay then. Drink cocaine. You know what I'm saying?
What do you say to that?
They took something from it.
From what?
They just, I'm going to tell you the creepiest story, guys. I never told none of you motherfuckers. I went to PS 166, but around the corner, when I was growing up, was PAL. Right on 88th Street in Amsterdam. And you signed up. And some of them taught you how to box. You shot pool. They taught you how to smoke cigarettes. Didn't matter if you were 5 or 6. But one of the earliest things they did was they took us to a trip to the police station. This is when they cared about the kids in the precinct. And what they did was they showed you what a cop did, so as you got older, you were their friend. Why don't they do that today? To save fucking $10?
Do they not do that anymore?
No. Why would they bring a kid to a police station and show them what happens when you go to jail and let them get fingerprinted,
Yeah.
put them in the fucking holding tank, give them a holding lunch with the old salami
Oh, I didn't get a
when
lunch.
they're 6 or 7, and then let them ask stupid fucking questions. You don't want to scare them straight, but we were so young and the world was different, they let you shoot a 22
No, they did not.
into a fucking target, and you took the target
shit.
home with you. Dog, I'll never forget this shit. They also gave you like a junior G-man badge, but they also did a thing about drugs. And at the time, I knew my godfather smoked weed. And, they're like, if you know anybody who smokes pot, turn them in. And I'm like, I'm fucking turning my godfather. Are you fucking kidding me? So I went home with my mom. I showed my mom the fingerprints and shit. She goes, what'd they teach you? Like, I talked about drugs and pot. And she goes, did you say anything? I go, no. And like 2 days later, that bitch showed up with a fucking baggage. And she had coke, she had weed, she had pills, and a little bit of brown heroin. And she goes, this is what they look like if you want to know, just so you know. Just so nobody else can tell you otherwise. This is what it looks like. If you have any questions, ask them now. And I was like, no. And she took them away, and that was it. But it took that, because I was going to be at a bar all the time with her. She owned the bar. So she didn't want you sitting there fucking like a goofball, because you hear things. Unless you're deaf as a child.
Right.
You hear things. You hear, little things. As you get older, they talk without the door being closed. They do certain things, and now you hear things, and now you can't explain them in your head.
Especially with like the internet these days, you can't really hide anything from kids.
No, and you got to listen. When that little girl told me that she knew about my other daughter, when she told my wife fucking ran upstairs and called me right away. And she said she's known for 3 or 4 years, 5 years, and never said nothing.
Did she just save it for like the right moment?
That's even the creepiest thing I've ever heard in my life.
That's fantastic.
And I asked her. She said, I heard you on the phone one time. And I went online and looked it up, and there she was. And I've been to places where people pop up the picture, and they'll go, is that Mercy? And I'll just look at them and go, no. That's a little girl I bumped into 20 years ago. And she would sit there and see that picture. For her not to say nothing. So she knows, and I wanted her to know. Why are you hiding this shit from your kids for? I can't tell her everything. Like, I'm not going to show her a fucking dildo. She's 12. I mean, on the way home, I asked her if she wanted to go to the strip club.
No, on the way home from what? The show?
Yeah, I've asked her both nights. You want to listen? I know the bartender. I'll give her $50. Just go in there, look around, look at the women, and decide right now what you want to do with your life. And she was like, Dad, I already know what they do at a strip club. That's what kids remember. They're not going to remember all the other shit. They remember shit like that. When they're at a bar and their stupid friends, like my dad once smoked a vapor. Listen, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you about this motherfucker I lived with. And that's where they, talk their shit.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a dad that's a fag. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants a dad that's a fag. What'd your dad do? He played with Legos? Yeah. You know, he was a dad. Did he ever bang mom? Did you ever see your mom come out of the bedroom with a wig all turned around? I told Mercy like 2 years ago, I go, Mercy, you think I should give mommy some loving tonight? And she goes, as long as I don't have a sibling the next day.
Oh my God. That's wild.
Yeah, dog, I'm not in that because the world is quick and you don't want your kid getting fought. I remember being a kid and people telling me, do you come yet? And I'm like 7. And they're like, you don't come yet? And I'm like, no, what is that? And they're like, stuff comes out of your dick. You can write your name on it. For years, that fucked with me. I'm like, I can't wait to be 13 to write and come my name on the wall. I couldn't even write a letter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, disgusting. But this is the shit older kids tell you. And now you believe that shit.
Oh, yeah. Especially
and now you got to say it one day in front when you're 13. Yeah, I came on the wall and everybody looks at you like, shut the fuck up, you idiot. And now, next thing you know, you're on the B team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They move you down. Listen, you can hang out with us no more till you get your shit together.
Sent down to the minors.
That's it.
Holy shit.
It's tough, man, but.
And do you see her, like, not falling for shit her friends are falling for? Like, do you see, like, the fruits of your labors?
Yes and no. Yes, she won't listen to me. Like when I start going off, like she watches Friends and she knows I hate that fucking show. So anytime I can piss on Friends, I'll do it and she just shakes her head. But she won't quit watching Friends. And I respect her for that. She won't go, yeah, Dad, it sucks. Fuck no, she's in there. And when I knock on the door, she's like, what are you doing, Friends? I'm like, Jesus Christ, close the door, Dad. That's it. That's it. Yeah, like I say shit to her. She knows, man. They all know. We all knew our parents did creepy things. We might not even remember. You know your dad was a creepazoid. That motherfucker had Playboys in the basement. He hid them inside pizza cans and shit.
But I didn't know back then. But like now, I like
you put
looking
it together.
back. I remember smelling weed through the heating vents.
That's it. You didn't see none of his pornography collection? None of his little boy collection or nothing? You didn't see his little fucking his little Diddy collection?
There was no Diddy collection. But yeah, there were some VHS tapes.
Yeah, everybody. That's it. Did you ever pop one in?
Of course. I would rewind it back to where it was.
Did you get a Woody and stuff? Your face get all red and shit?
The red face probably, but my face is usually red. But I have no idea. Yeah, it was my introduction to it was VHS tapes.
That's why I don't like. I'm always home when she gets home from school. I watch her come in. I sit outside or I sit close so I watch her come in. So I see what she looks like when she comes in. And then I feed her and then she does whatever the fuck she wants. But I always thought that my worst times when I would come home and look around, the shit you found. That's the worst thing for a kid. I used to find the creepiest things, you know, and then go, what the fuck? And then it's your fault for looking.
But like, do you also monitor like what she does online? Like, do you see her history and stuff?
My mother does more than monitoring online. My mother does. I don't know what I'm doing.
Right, but someone's looking at it.
But I fucking talk to her a lot. And I talk to her about the video games. Has anybody spoken to you? She's already told me about a situation that happened to her. So we're good. We're good. Okay. There. We're good. You know, I don't know what I'm doing on there. I don't even, she plays Roadblocks.
Yeah, that can get creepy.
One of those. I don't know. I don't even know if it's Roadblocks. Yeah. She does one of them. And they're all creepy. But we know a guy. Remember you met him, the guy in LA that made games. So before she downloads a game, my wife calls him. And he'll tell my wife whether the game is good for her to watch or shitty for her to watch. It's a fucking great deal, so.
Nice. That's awesome. It was great. It was great to see Terry, too. It was just, she was so happy. And yeah, the show was awesome. It took me like a minute, like, because I've heard from comics on podcasts talk about it like in bigger rooms like that like the sound comes back at you in a way. Like, it was like I've done theaters with you.
It does
like,
what?
Like the sound just came back like echoey a little bit, and it took me a few minutes in my set, and then like towards the middle, I really started to have a lot of fun.
You got loose.
Yeah.
To see a lot of people like that. It's like when you walk into a club. You ever park in New York City? You're like, oh my God, let's get to the club, Mickey. And you walk in, and all of a sudden you turn, and there's a fucking line of 800 people. And you're like, and all of a sudden it takes your breath away. Just the energy there goes, and you go, oh my God. And you're like, what do you want to do? And all of a sudden you get irritated, right? Don't you get irritated right away? What do you want to do? You want to wait on this line? I don't know. Where's my friend Sebastian? Sebastian is nowhere to be found.
But to be honest with you, I don't know if it was just because we came in the back. I didn't see anybody. A couple people beeped at me as I was walking up, but that's it. I don't think I looked up because I don't normally look up at like a comedy show. Nick put up a Instagram story today of like the 4 tiers. I swear to on my mother's life, I didn't know there were 4 tiers.
You think I fucking knew?
I didn't look at
I didn't
shit.
fucking know. Were you there when the guy came in? He goes, would you like to look at our theater? And I'm like, nope.
I wanted to.
He goes, we put all this craftsmanship. He goes, you want all this craftsmanship? I go, I don't want to shit my pants. If I go out there now, I start judging. And what's that called? Where you
right.
Yeah, you don't need to see shit. You just got to be funny.
Right.
You want to see something? Like Cubans say, no, veas el culo.
But it was so cool. Like,
yeah,
everyone there was so cool.
All that, listen, when I spoke to Lee this morning, we spoke at about 9:30. I had an appointment at 10:30. And we spoke about all the variables. We spoke about, I forgot the material, the sound, the feedback. There was some other thing we discussed. And at the end of the day, I just wasn't prepared. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it was 2 weeks. I had done a set the night before. I was still going to come up with like 20 new minutes of material. Obviously, it didn't fucking work. I had to substitute to the B shit. But at the end of the day, I hate when comics say that. Well, the echo, it goes back. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Just do your shit.
And no, yeah, I got used to it. I think
Lee, you did great.
Well, thank you. It was a great show. Aaron Berg killed. He's so fucking funny.
Did you go out there and look at the theater before you went out there?
No.
Beautiful. And I wouldn't let you. We're from that old school. You need to see nothing.
No.
Like the Cubans said, no way now, ass el culo. That means don't see nothing. Look at your ass. You want to see something? Look at your ass. Don't see nothing.
Yeah. But and I know what you're saying. I'm not, because I hate when you think you didn't have a good show and people try to convince you did. But it looked like you were having a lot of fun out there for the whole time.
Dog, I'm leaving the house saying to myself that like 3-5 years ago before the pandemic, what was fucking me up so much was I was going up there and saying I can't fail. That was the wrong attitude. It was go up there, have fun, and fuck him in the ear. What's that? Fuck him in the other ear. What movie is that?
What?
Fuck him in the ear. Fuck him in the other ear. Goodfellas or one of those stupid movies. My point is that stand-up is about going up there, eating an edible, smoking some dope, whatever sets you loose. If it's a cocktail, if it's... What? Goodfellas.
That's really a line from Goodfellas? Yeah. I thought that was a joke.
You know, I mean, guys, stand up at the end of the day. You're supposed to go up there, going like... I mean, the true attitude, if you're getting more than $100 a show for doing an hour, right? Let's say you're getting $300 a show for doing an hour. Your attitude is you're going up there and you're like, some idiot. I mean, that's the joke. That's why as you're walking to the stage, there should be nothing on your mind. You got to say 2 things to yourself. And it's funny. Some people are going to take it the wrong way because they take everything the wrong way. But like when you're getting $500 a show on a Tuesday or whatever, you're like, this fucking idiot. They're paying me $500 to do something I would do for free.
Right. Or pay to do.
When you do stand-up, basically, they're paying you for the gas, the tolls. That's what you're paying for. When you get there, you're like, they want to pay me how much to do this stupid shit? I'll go up there and fucking flip around and blow bottle rockets out of my ass. As long as you're having fun, the audience is going to have fun.
Right.
Right or wrong. Now, at a different level, I'm walking out there going, I can't believe these 2,000 people showed up. Like, they actually paid. Like, you have to, like, be happy on the way up there. Like, somebody's finally paying you. For 18 years, you had to bring 4 people, an organ player, go up at midnight, wait a year for a check. You know what I'm saying? And now, for once, what do you have to be fucking sad about? And I think that sometimes with comedy or in life, it's how you look at the situation. Because I was the king of that shit. It's how I used to go to the doctor scared. I'm going to get a needle in my arm. On the whole way there, you're just building up fear and anxiety. By the time I get there, my hands they would have to put fucking paper towels in both my hands. Now I go to the doctor like I'm going to torture the fucking chick who takes blood out of me. Or something. But it's not the fear. You know, like before I go on stage, I told Nick a joke before I went up. I did the joke. It was the dumbest joke in the world about Carvel. So, Mr. Softies, my neighborhood is so boring. Mr. Softies stopped coming. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You know why? Because I was high.
Right.
And I was giggling at myself. I'm looking at you with the Auschwitz feet, and I'm fucking dying of laughter. But that's what it is.
Right.
It's the attitude. It's not like I'm going to go up there and my sound is going to ricochet. Who gives a fuck? I don't need to hear shit. I just need to fucking watch him laughing. I don't need to hear nothing.
Right.
I want to hear my boring jokes. What do I want to hear them for? I can talk to myself all day.
Right. But that's why it's like, and you have to be hard on yourself, but you're being, people had a really good time at the show. I think.
And that's all that matters. Yeah. On the way home, I thought about that also. And I saw those people. I saw the people that came in the back. There was a lot of people in the back I never met before. Gino's daughters. I never knew them before. They were like, your nephew just went to meet with my dad. And I'm like, he's here. And I showed him to him. I don't know if you saw them. I never met these people before, but I could see the look on their face. My friend Gabby, her niece came. I thought the tickets were for her. And she goes, no, I have to give him my license. So she gave the niece her license. They let her in. I didn't know a lot of those people. But I could see that they were happy. Gabby's called me 3 fucking times and said, she went backstage, Joe. You let her in? I go, yeah, those are the passes. You know, so that's what you look at.
And dude, it's like, because even if you have like a good set, like a B or B plus, A minus, there's always going to be like a better set or a better, it could have gone better. But that doesn't mean like, you know, that it wasn't good or people that, because but you also, you said you wanted to do jokes you didn't do. You say that every time you go on stage. You also always say, I have nothing to, I don't know what I'm going to say to these people.
Until I get up there and start milking the vein. I don't know shit.
And dude.
There's times I have to watch you guys and go, oh, fuck. Like, thank God Aaron Burr goes up before me sometimes. Oh, yeah. He'll say something about his kid, and I go, there you go. Now I remembered that. Now, and I do that at the dojo on purpose to get my memory going. It's a discipline. It's an exercise to get your coconut fucking thinking. But when I'm in front of 2,800 people, there's no exercising. There's executing.
Right.
Big fucking difference. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I meant. I'm mad that I got stuck.
Do you think you went to something you were more confident? Like, I know, like the jokes you did were new jokes, but like,
I forgot everything, Lee. I forgot shit that I could go to that's very, like, New Jersey-ish. I forgot a ton of shit, man.
Happens all the time.
I know it does. And, you know, people go, well, you need to stop smoking reefer. No. I'm going to smoke more fucking reefer from now on. So you guys, where are you this week anyway for the 4th of July? What are you going to do?
For the 4th, it's my uncle's 80th birthday. I'm going back to Boston for a couple of days.
No comedy up there?
I reached out for another week, but not this week.
Oh, say, can you see? Wait, you got any fireworks? What are we doing for the 4th?
Yeah, we're going to watch fireworks.
You didn't get none of those Israeli fireworks? They go boom. They go not just boom. They go boom. Boom 2 times. You didn't get any of those?
Not yet. Not
with the face of Netanyahu on it?
No Netanyahu bombs.
I have no idea what I'm doing for the 4th of July. We're going to go to the city, but there's too many Jews in the city for the 4th. That's got to scare you a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm leaving.
Boston.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't want to be in a building we get bombed or a fucking helicopter goes into it or something. And then,
You're a glass half full kind of guy.
what?
Glass half full. Why is all this terrible things going to happen?
It's the 4th of July. People go crazy. People are angry. New York's got that new primary mayor. People are mad about that. If you got property in New Jersey, kick your mother out because you're about to make millions. If your mother lives in the basement, tell her, bitch, it's time to go, Jack. You know what I'm saying? We're making millions. I'll buy you a little hut in South Jersey once the smoke clears. We're making big money in North Jersey now.
Why?
Because that guy, if he wins, all those people,
Are gonna
and
leave?
Jack Ciattarelli, the Republican, wins as governor, all those people are going to move to northern New Jersey.
Damn.
Big money, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be doing a podcast. We'll open up an office, some bitches,
What are the bitches going to do?
whatever you want them to do. Help your girlfriend with the muffins. Listen, who would you eat a muffin from? A topless chick that gave you a muffin? Or some scacciarolo from Starbucks with sunglasses and green hair? You know what I'm saying? That's what you need in your life.
It's a real easy choice.
Would you like soy milk? Yeah, in my ass. That's why I want soy milk, all right? Well, no fucking soy milk. I want the real McCoy.
But who goes to a topless place to get a muffin?
Well, that's what we're going to find out. Wouldn't you like to go to a topless muffin coffee place no more? They got them in Florida, topless
Do
coffee.
they really have coffee?
Yeah, you pull
That
up.
seems like
and
it's
the
way
chick's
too hot to be
topless.
topless around.
What?
What if they spill it on themselves?
Who gives a fuck? They're titties. You know what I'm saying? You take them to Texas and you get them rebranded. That's when a fake tit was invented. They got a Lucchese company, like the boot company in Nashville, the
Right.
Italians. They got one down there for your titties.
Really?
Remember, titties were invented at the University of Texas.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Doug, then who, you know, then
Who
what are you
invented
doing? What are we
titties?
doing here? What the? Great movie.
This is a real thing?
Yeah. What universe? Austin or Dallas? Yes. Big money, Dallas. Big titties. Big money, big titties. Everybody went nuts, and everybody in the club getting tipsy. So that's when the fake tit was invented.
I learn something every week on this podcast.
That's what these podcasts and comedy routines are about. You always go home with a ha-ha and a hee-hee and a mental note. Like, I didn't know that titties were, whatever, invented down there. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do for the 4th. I don't want to sit at home. I don't feel like driving 3.5 hours either. I have to drive back on fucking Sunday morning and
What do you
stop at Celia Cruz. Fucking, that's my favorite. I go in there and get the Nathan's hot dog with the fucking French fries, and they have the coconut ice that you pop in the little thing.
Right.
Tremendous.
But like that, I was just gonna ask. Like, you don't want to do like a grill, like put hot dogs and hamburgers.
How old are we now? How many fucking hamburgers and hot dogs? We just had the best hot dogs we're going to have. I'm going to sit there at somebody's house with some half fucking shitty hot dogs. They're ballpark. Oh, am I fucking excited? They're not Georgie dogs, you know what I'm saying? Because you ain't got that type of class.
That's true.
You know, and they want to make you those scatchard meatballs, those scatchard fucking hamburgers where they don't put no seasoning in it. I don't want to do that again. Then potato salad, I don't want to do that again. Well, happy 4th of July, everybody. It's a good Friday. Now I'm bored Saturday and Sunday scratching my balls. I don't want to do that shit.
Would you ever bring your own food to a barbecue? Like if you knew someone's food stunk?
Oh, yeah. If I knew somebody's an anti-professional, you show up with your own shit. You know what I'm saying? If I know George's going to be there with American cheese slices from Kraft,
Right.
you got to show up with something. George thinks I'm going to let him forget that. That's going to be on his tombstone. This motherfucker showed up to a barbecue in Long Island Italians with Kraft slices, the ones that you remove once. Then he wonders why I don't invite him back.
Those aren't bad though.
If you're a communist, if you're in prison, not if you're in liberty, not if you believe in freedom. You know what I'm saying?
And let me ask you this, Joey. What year was this cheese transgression? Like,
About 5 years ago, 6 years
oh,
ago.
okay. I thought it was when you were in your 20s.
No.
Five
That's why he got dumped.
or
He
6
showed
years.
up with American cheese in front of our family. They're old school Italian. That's it. They pulled her aside and said, you got to give them walking papers. 90 days. They love him, but they
For
had to let him go.
cheese. That's fucked up.
Bro, They've let people go for less. Old school Italian people don't fuck around, dog. There's some shit you just can't show up with. That's what I'm trying to always caution you.
Could you get like, if like, let's say he went to the deli and got like nice sliced American cheese, like they sliced it for him.
First of all, he should have showed up with nice, fresh sliced cheese, and also, he knows he should have showed up with mozzarella and some nice pepperoni bread or whatever the fuck. But they don't have that there, and yeah. So you bring a little cheese, but you dope it up a little bit mozzarella, nice with the ball, with the salt water,
Right.
with the mozzarella pimple water.
Right. You can't, and I love you, George, but you can't bring, this is making more sense, like a package of American cheese slices instead of like a ball of mozzarella.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I thought you were making burgers.
Unless your neighbor's friend is Chad or fucking, Shruti. Yeah, you can't slip
I don't even
like
know if that's
that.
a knife, George. That's a rough one.
Yeah, I'll throw you out for less. You know what I'm saying? I swear to God, man. So you got no gigs this week, Lee? Just tomorrow?
I have tonight. I have tonight. Yeah.
Tonight?
Or when this comes out.
Okay. And where you at tonight?
The comic strip at 8
And it's
o'clock.
a showcase.
Yes.
Go down there and support Lee Syatt tomorrow night at the comic strip. And let me tell you something else, ladies and gentlemen. This week is the 4th of July. With what's been going on lately in the fucking world, make it the best 4th of July you know. Put your fucking Nazi helmet on and get ready, because some deep shit might happen, or then again, something might not happen. But the only thing that's supposed to happen is we're supposed to be the best Americans that we could fucking ever be. And that's all you could do. Me, I don't vote, but I pay taxes. I pay taxes on reefer. I do all the right things. I don't jaywalk. I do all the right things. I did my crime. I did my time. I paid my debt to society. And what do you want from me? I got a warrant in Seattle, but fuck that. That was 30 years ago, and I've never got in trouble again. So who won that fucking dog fight? Hello? Anyway, happy 4th of July to you and your families. Appreciate the liberties that you have. Why are you at home watching stupid fucking games and getting ready for the Jets? Who gives a fuck? Go out there and be a fucking American. That's it. Trump is helping you. He's cleaning out the country. He's helping you now. You got no more excuses. Why would I want to mow a lawn? Mexicans are going to mow a lawn. White people are going to be in demand again. Thank God to Trump. That's it. But do you really want the job? That's next week's podcast. Do you really want the fucking job after Trump gets rid of it? Are you going to learn how to bake? Are you going to learn how to clean a bathroom? No! Anyway, I love you guys. Have a happy 4th of July with your families. Stay black. Don't forget to support Lee tonight at the comic strip. What street? Lee, you're sitting there like you don't even know where you're at. Look at you.
I don't know what street it's on. It's the comic strip in the Upper East Side.
Comic strip on the Upper East Side. I love you, motherfuckers. Stay black. Have a great week. Hey, what's going on? Uncle Joe here. Listen, it's 4th of July weekend. If your dick is malfunctioning, it's time for some Blue Chew, Jack. Blue Chew is the brand you know and love for offering chewable tablets for better sex. Now they're launching something new. You ready? Blue Chew Max combines the active ingredients of Viagra and Cialis into one chewable. You're about to be unstoppable. Listen, if you thought Blue Chew was good, wait till you get the Blue Chew Max. You can get started even without leaving the couch. Sign up at BlueChew.com. Chat with one of their licensed medical providers, and if you're approved, you'll get a prescription within days, delivered to your house. Nobody knows nothing, not even the mailman. And get ready to polish that helmet and sling it, Jack. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. If you want it medium hard, hard, or fucking bang my head off the stove hard, Blue Chew got you covered. And we got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free. You're sitting there, Joey. Listen, I want the bang her head on the pipe one. Yeah, you sure I get it for free? Free! When you press in promo code Joey, Joey, just pay a fin for shipping. That's $5. That's it. Nobody knows nothing. That's promo code Joey. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. Like don't eat two of them because you might sink the fucking ship. You know what I'm saying? You might have to drive on the 4th of July. Shit's hanging out. You don't want to do that. But anyway, that's a complete different type of party. I want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast and for giving this tremendous offer. So that's promo code Joey when you visit BlueChew.com. Right now, go look at yourself in the mirror and go, beep, 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 beep. I'm ready to sling some dick. Have a great 4th of July. Greetings, you bad savages. It's Tuesday, the 26th of November. It's the Church, the New Testament. Let's get this party started. The Church New Testament is brought to you by Blue Chew. Listen, if you've been wondering if Blue Chew is all it's cracked up to be, the answer is yes. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers ED meds right to your door with the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost, and you cannot go wrong. I love Blue Chew. You know, I'm old, but every once in a while I get a little loving to me, and Blue Chew never lets me down. Don't miss out on the best sex ever. Blue Chew got you covered. You understand me? When they're laying there looking at you like, what the fuck just happened? That's you, Captain Blue Chew. Now, Blue Chew wants you to have the confidence to perform at your best. So discover your options at BlueChew.com. That's BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for the church fans. You ready? Try Blue Chew for free. Just pay $5 shipping at checkout at BlueChew.com. Again, that's BlueChew.com to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important information. And I want to thank Blue Chew for supporting the podcast.
Turn off your TVs, run for your lives. It's over. They didn't put you on this planet just to give up. If Uncle Joey could do it, I can rule the world. That's what you gotta be thinking.
Welcome back to church!
What's happening, you savages? It's a beautiful day to be alive. We're back. Don't tell me the walls are bare. You know, who gives a fuck? We're coming at you, and that's all that matters. As we build, we get prettier and prettier and prettier, all right? Today, my guest is, Lee's always here. I can't get rid of him. He's like he's like dog shit. He's everywhere. But my guest is somebody who's very special to me. I'm happy I got him on the podcast. I promised you, real motherfuckers. And this is as real as it gets. Mr. John Barone, my 7th grade teacher the second time. What's happening, Mr. Barone?
You were much better after 1 year of practice.
Yes, I was a lot better.
Yeah.
It was really amazing. We were just talking about where you came from. I always knew you had come from a different school. And then your first year there, I had Kingwell.
Oh, he's bad news.
And he was he was rough, this dude. He used to give you oral book reports. But I'm happy because now I read because of
You
him.
know how he got in trouble? He broke a kid's arm just punching him because the kid, I forget his name, he walked up to Kingwell in the hall and he said, let's have a contest. So Kingwell said, yeah, let's go. He said, let's see who could punch the easiest. So he goes, you go first, Mr. Kingwell. So Kingwell goes like this to him. So now this kid says, now it's my turn. He hits him so hard, they heard it in the first room all the way down the hall. He went, oh! He got so mad, he ran after the kid and broke his arm with a punch. He says, come here, I gotta get even. And he broke his arm. He had a broken arm. He came into a couple of days, couldn't move it for a year.
I started McKinley in the 6th grade, so I had Levito. But throughout that whole year, there was drama with Kingwell. There was always drama with him. I was not there the day Alex Carvajal's father, the Beast, he said something to the kid's daughter. He said something to Martin Perez's sister, or something happened. She went home, told the father. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, I don't know if you ever heard him talking in your house, Alex Carvajal, this was a different type of animal. His father used to sit on 26th Street with a big Cuban cigar on the corner. Tremendous. Great family. Maria, I still see them, right? Maria was in our class, all of us. This fucking Mr. Carvajal at 2:45, all you hear is, and it's like, what's going on? Come in. And Mr. Carvajal comes in with the cigar, with the big gold chain. He goes, I'm going to do to you what you do to my son. And they started fist fighting in the class. I mean, this was raw. So everybody, and he had another beef with somebody else. So this was the reputation he had at that school.
I got one more thing about him.
Go ahead.
He drove a kid crazy and like on him. The kid said, I'm going to get my uncle after you. So he says, get your uncle and bring him in here. Sure enough, a week or so goes by. There's a Marine in the hallway one day. You know how a hallway was. So I can I help you? He goes, yeah, I'm looking for a Kingwell. I said, he's in the room next to me. Because I knew he was going to kill him. All you heard was like when you get punched in the teeth, that he knocked 3 of his teeth out.
Was he wearing the Marine's outfit?
He had his Marine thing on. I said, like, what is this guy doing here? But then Kingwell didn't talk to me for months because why did you tell him I was next to him? I said, because I felt like saying, because you're always bullying kids. You deserve something like that.
He did something. Remember my 7th grade year, he ripped his Achilles tendon. So we got Mr. Miss for a while, and that's what was pretty fucking cool. Mr. Miss was a good-looking motherfucker. He looked like Robert Redford. So whenever he taught, the girls would fucking be like all fucked up in the 7th grade. Big old white yoked motherfucker. But then I still remember, McKinley was buck wild. And it wasn't buck wild in comparison to Horace Mann, Lincoln. I remember you used to always say, the kids at Lincoln, they bring them to the games with chains on. I used to fucking die, They were throwing sinks one year out the 3rd floor, so that's it. They got like tortured after that, Lincoln School. Kennedy School was buck wild with Colangelo and all those guys. Every school in the system had like this weird thing. When I went to McKinley the first year, it was okay. Like, here's the funny thing. Miss Brando was pregnant.
It was the art teacher.
The art teacher in the 6th grade. But I had the biggest crush on Miss Brando. So I grabbed her tit one day in the 6th grade art closet. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was so in love with Miss Brando all the way till high school. Every time I saw her, I just grabbed the tit out of principal. And she'd go, Joey, what the fuck is wrong with you, Coco?
Yeah.
This is McKinley in the 6th grade.
You realize if one of these things happened now, the entire school district would be shut down?
Oh, they'll shut it down anyway. Who gives a fuck?
We did something like that every week.
Every fucking week we were torturing people.
And the principal didn't get in trouble.
In fact, I may write a book.
Yeah, you have to.
I might write a book.
Listen, man, do you remember the pilot program? You were very vocal about the pilot program. Pilot program back then was when you hit 16 and you were still in the 7th grade.
I love that it happened so frequently.
You became a sophomore automatically the next year. It was called a pilot program, but Mr. Brown goes, you see these kids? They drive to school, they got hair on their legs. He goes, I seen the one guy, he had a kid in the back. It was this kid, fucking hysterical. This is fucking, you can't write this shit, guys.
No.
So I had Kingwell, and then I got caught playing hooky with a girl. You remember her, New Yorker. And then I failed like 2 classes, so I had to go to summer school for geography, which I fucking hated, and math. And I went to summer school, but before you leave for summer school, you're supposed to go to the class you're supposed to be in the next year. Okay, so if you're in the 7th grade, you sit with your teacher in the morning, and then in the afternoon at 12, you go to your class and you meet your teacher, and he tells you what's going to happen in the summer and what he expects from you next year. So they didn't send me to the 8th grade. They sent me to Mr. Barone's class. And Mr. Barone started fucking torturing me. I'm going to have you sit up front because you're definitely going to fail. You're a fucking loser. You're a mook. And I'm like, this guy's trying to
You actually did well.
No, but that's what it was with you. But this is how we met. So he pissed me off so much that I stole his fucking car keys, right? He had the Toyota hatchback.
Threw him in a dumpster.
I threw him in the dumpster. I'm home an hour later. We're about to go play basketball and shit. And I see a fucking Toyota coming around the block. You fucking took my keys. Yelling the whole thing. And I'm like, I'm dead. I'm dead. They're never going to like me ever again. So I go to summer school. I play hooky. Mr. Dalton pulls me aside and he goes, listen, don't come back no more. Just have Carmine call the school and we'll push you up to the 8th grade. That didn't happen. And in my mind, how retarded was I that I thought Carmine was going to actually call the school and just promote me because I'm fucking his friend. So the first day of fucking 7th grade, I'm marching into the 8th grade and I go, Carmine called. They're like, nobody fucking called. So they put me in his class. Now I thought he was going to torture me. Guys, it was completely different. It was amazing. It's like he had forgotten it. But then he talked about the Jimmy Pierce, since we have all these Red Sox fans here. He told the story about fear strikes out.
Jimmy Pearsall.
Look at that. That's how good of a teacher. I still remember this shit. And all the Boston fans here, you know who Jimmy Pearsall is?
I've heard the name. I don't
Go
know.
fuck yourself. How about you over there? Go fuck yourself.
When he used to go to the outfield, they used to jump out of the stands and fight him.
Jesus Christ.
Everybody hated the guy too because he was crazy. He hit a homer and he ran around the bases backwards.
During a game?
Yeah. He hit a home run and he turned around and walked. It took him like 3 minutes to go around the bases.
Hysterical.
And I have another Kingwell story.
I know.
Is he still alive? Are we gonna have to bleep
He's in
this guy
Florida.
out?
He's in Florida, I heard. Maybe he's in Florida. In
Remember the
Tampa.
5 Corners there?
Yeah. In
There was a
North-
bakery.
Yes.
That was his dad who owned the bakery. He used to go eat there every day.
I never knew that.
Yeah. It was on the, you know, it was, if you're going Liberty towards school, it was on that first corner. Bakery.
Wow. I didn't know that. I forget the name of that bakery.
Yeah.
5 corners there. They had
It was a candy store.
a candy store, the Sugar Bowl, candy store, the bank, the stereo store where you bought stereos and washer and dryers. I don't know what was on the other corner. I know Mr. Biggs is in the middle, the hair dryer place, the women's hair cutting place, Frank the Barber. But it was, you spoke about Jimmy Pearsall and you cracked a joke that they had him in a padded room and you fucking killed us. You were killing us that they got him in a room and they tied him up and he ran around the bases backwards. And it was a different approach to teaching. I had been at Catholic school. And then I had fucking Levito, who was a great teacher also. And then Kingwell was just, you know, Kingwell meant well. Do you know what I'm saying? Kingwell meant
My
well.
homeroom, we used to play volleyball at lunchtime.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
The only reason why I played, I tried to knock his wig off.
Levito. Yeah. Oh.
And once I did it one time I hit him square in the head. The ball and the kids went nuts. So I wanted to keep doing it. I was never able to do it.
Wait, are you saying volleyball or
That was
dodgeball?
Levito.
Volleyball.
Okay.
Dog,
Over
the
net.
year that I got
Smash it
there,
at
the year that I got to McKinley, I was on the up and up. And like the first month, somebody put acid in Mr. Agresta's coffee in the morning. And
I
at
didn't know that.
lunchtime, he never came back. You know what? Mr. Agresta and Mr. Levito came to a show of mine in Point Pleasant. And I go, Mr. Levito, remember when Eddie Lemenka put the fucking acid in his coffee? He goes, ask him. He's here with us.
I had a big argument with him. He
Mr.
used to,
Gresta.
on Fridays, let all the kids buy bagels on Friday.
Who, Levito?
Levito. Every Friday, if you were in his class, you could buy a bagel. So now, a couple of weeks went by, and I said, I can't believe he's doing this for the kids. He don't do nothing for kids. He's very, you know. So I said to the kid, how much do you pay for the bagels? He goes, here, he's got a menu. He gives it to me. When I look at the menu, he was adding on every bagel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In other words, he knew the price, so he made up his own menu, but added 50 cents on each bagel.
I love it.
I went up to him, right, in his face, and I said, how could you cheat? These kids don't see 50 cents in a week, and you're getting 2 bagels from them? What a group of teachers we had in that place.
Dog, it was, I will tell you who else I met there that I still think about it all the time. She was the best lunch lady, Mrs. Sabatino.
Yes.
Fuck, she was gold, man. Gold. She always gave you that extra
I was right
oatmeal
next-
cookie that Mako made, because Mako used to make those at home, those oatmeal cookies. Fucking tremendous. But since you're talking about volleyball, this is how crazy McKinley
We had
was.
some crazy principals, too.
Oh, yeah. I seen Leo Gattoni get hit in the head by Louis Zaldivar in the basement, but this was the classic. This is the classic North Bergen McKinley story. We got a gym teacher called Mr. Totoro,
Oh, that guy was a little crazy.
and we're playing volleyball. We're playing kickball outside. It's the 7th grade against the 7th grade. I don't know what the fuck it was, but we're all playing. Now, every time I go to kick the ball, the Italian kids are going, Coco Cade Moco, right? They're just yelling, Coco Cade Moco. And Mr. Totoro is saying, hey, knock it off with that shit. And the kids kept saying it. Mainly Anthony Balzano. So this motherfucker has the balls to go up to Anthony and say it one more fucking time. And Anthony goes, Coco Cade Moco. He grabbed Anthony. Martin Perez went to jump in. He grabbed Martin. And then I had him from the back. And he banged their heads. And then he grabbed me and he banged our heads. Fucking Anthony said, fuck you. Blah, blah, blah. This is in the morning. I still remember that. I had a Pete Rose jacket. And you told me Pete Rose was Cuban. I almost jumped off a fucking bridge. And I asked him, I go, how do you know? And he goes, I saw him on TV with Kindness Corner. And he was talking like he had a stomach problem. He was speaking Spanish. I was fucking dying. Right? So I got this little faggy Cincinnati 14 jacket with the C. And we're outside, and all of a sudden, we're headed to the principal's office. But Anthony breaks away from him and goes, fuck you. I'm calling my father. He goes upstairs. We're all sitting in the principal's office. He asks the lady, can I get a piece of paper? Lady gives him a white piece of paper. Anthony starts doing this shit. And he puts all his hair on a paper. And then he goes, take your hair, shake it in there. And when Carmine walks in, like he called Carmine, there was a payphone in there. In the principal's office, then there was a little payphone. He called him, Dad, I don't know what's going on. Dog, it must have been 8 minutes later. You heard the walkie-talkies through the hallway, and there was Carmine with another cop, with a uniform. And they're like, what's going on, nothing. So he goes downstairs. Carmine comes in. He asks Anthony what happened. Anthony told him. He goes, shut up, Anthony. Cocarini, what happened? And I'm like, dog, what Anthony said, the guy hit us. We were just talking Spanish. He goes, nobody cursed at him? No. Mr. Matash.
You know, you had him?
Yeah, I had Mr. Mustache.
You know how he died?
How?
One day he says, I won't be in for 2 days. I says, why? He says, all this snow, I'm going to my house down the shore and I'm going to shovel the snow. People are complaining because there was like a snowstorm. So he went down there. He never comes back the next day. So everybody's worrying. He froze doing it and died, took a heart attack. They found him frozen in the snow with his shovel. I told him, call somebody and pay him. He wouldn't do it.
Did you feel guilty? Because you used to call him George Jetson.
Yep.
Remember he had like a George
I can't
Jetson
believe
hairdo?
He remembers that.
Come on, dog.
I forgot about it.
You used to call him George Jetson. Oh, fucking George Jetson was bothering me. So we're up in the office, and Carmine's got the walkie-talkie. I'll never forget that walkie-talkie. And he's like, listen, Mr. Mustard, I just want to talk to him to see if my son was wrong. Bob, he doesn't want to come out. He's scared. The guy opened the door like fucking Kato, like in the Pink Panther, when he would open up the door, hello, that type of shit. Carmine had a gorilla fucking hand. Carmine had the biggest prosciutto hams you ever saw. He just grabbed this guy, took him out, and started pouncing him, guys. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? And he just started punching him. The guy dropped. And he goes, come on, everybody's going home. And that was it. We went home. We came back. And Mr. Toro was gone. I never saw him again. I walk into the high school 2 years later. I'm in his fucking homeroom. And he comes up to me and goes, Cocarini, if you don't want to show, don't worry about it.
Kingwell thing.
I don't remember the Carmine Kingwell thing.
His son's got spelling with Kingwell. Now, the kid's failing spelling. He's failing every test. The kid comes in my room and I go, let me see one of your tests. Look at one of the tests. Kingwell was giving them 20 words, but he was taking 10 off for every one they got wrong. So nobody noticed it but me. I said, that means if the kid got them all right, you got to give him 200. If it's 20 off for each. Sure enough, the father found out. This kid goes home, tells Carmine, Mr. Barone said he's cheating. That's why I'm failing. He came in and I was called to the office. And the first thing Gattoni says is, will you take him in your spelling class? Because I want to switch him to you. So of course, I'll take him. Now he says to Kingwell, you ever do anything to my son again, I'll blow your head off. In front of everybody. There was 6 people in the room. You can't do that. Think about it.
You don't really have to think about it.
He did it.
He got away.
Oh, no, he couldn't do that to the kids.
But he was doing that for probably way
when I was
before
there,
you.
yeah. He had something kinky. Because he would give you like a -40 and shit like that. And look at you with a straight face. And you're like, what the fuck did I do? There was so many kids in that class that was so fucking confused. But that whole era when you taught us.
I didn't know you had Matish. He was
yeah, and then
George Jetson.
We couldn't find a basketball coach. And we kept talking about it. We knew nothing about his fucking background. We're just like, blah, 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 blah. And one day he goes, I'll go by the courts. This fucking guy starts popping 30-footers without even looking at the basket. Da, da, da. And we're like, who the fuck is this guy? And he goes, who the fuck am I? I'll tell you, I'm in the Hall of Fame in the job. I'm like, oh, here we go. He's blowing smoke up. This guy came with pictures, the Miami Floridians, the ABA, and we were like, no. And I remember showing up at his house one day. Like, we used to get off at 1 on Fridays. And I took my fucking bike and I went up there and I go, I want to learn how to shoot. And he broke it down for me, man, how to fucking drop your wrist. He would make me shoot close to the basket. Your brother Joe used to come out. I still remember getting tackled by Joe Jump on that block. He fucking tackled me one day playing basketball. It was amazing. I went from fucking sucking. McKinley went from 0-7. He turned that whole team around. Chuck McBreen was taking pointers from him. I mean, he just got the fucking ceremony at his Ramapo College. The gym got named after him. There's all the guys that you touched. There was a bunch of us that you were like, it was just amazing. And then after that, you were the favorite teacher in the school. And then we went to the 8th grade. And I had Miss Walsh. And the other guy was Miss Verga. But Miss Verga...
She wouldn't give you me. I was asking her, could you switch? I'll give you 2 girls for Coco. She wouldn't switch you.
I like Miss Walsh. We drove. She told us, she goes, I've been here for 40 years. Nobody has ever broke me. We broke her. Don't fucking, we used to go to ShopRite and steal Hubba Bubba and fucking 10 packs apiece and go into class. And we had the Orlando Salcedo, God rest his soul. He died during COVID. And at about 1:30, he would start, wow, wow. And then we had an Italian kid, Michael Allegretta, off the fucking chain smart. And we'd hit him in the head. We'd play hockey. We hit him in the heels with the hockey stick, and he'd go, ay, 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 ay. That motherfucker's got to be like a neurosurgeon today or something like that. We had Charlie Gizzy.
I remember him.
The guy who used to, every time a plane went by, he'd get up and shoot it down.
He was gone.
During the class, we had Richie Colombo. Mr. Barone, he used to comb his hair a certain way. Like, I don't know, he didn't have a blow dryer or didn't have water or something. He used to take the comb and fuck it through the middle and just push his hair down. And one day during attendance, Mr. Brown goes, Columbo, what'd you comb your hair with, a stick of dynamite? That motherfucker didn't know what. He was just cracking people. And that's attendance was the biggest thing in North Bergen. But some people did it lame and some people did it pretty good. But the day I knew that there was something weird about us, that something was not right.
You know what's sad though? Teachers today can't do it.
No, they don't do what
I
you
would have
did.
got arrested and fined if the teacher ever did what I did with the kids. Nothing was bad.
Nothing was
bad. But it was fun. It was fun getting along with all of them. Because once they left my room, they weren't the same.
Even just the haircut thing would have been enough. The haircut thing would have got you
Hall
fired.
of Fames. That did it. That did it. I'm in the high school, my high school one where I played. I'm in the North Bergen one for coaching 30 years. I'm in the Hudson County one. And my ball's in the real Hudson County because I got all the free throw records. In the one in Springfield.
Nobody has touched your record.
I think so.
Really?
Not
Somebody
sure.
broke 74.
Every time when I check it, sometimes it says it's still going. Sometimes it says it's not. So they don't know what they're doing either. But they didn't realize once they left, people would say it. They would come in my room and go like this to me, because they saw these guys being good. Like, how did you do that? You got to be nice to them.
I still remember they had that glue, not Hellman's, not the fucking white stuff, but not
cement?
the cement glue. And I'll never forget, we're sitting in the front row, and Mr. Brown's playing with it, and all of a sudden he looks at me and goes, what's this remind you of? And I fucking lost it. I had just seen it, I had just come maybe 2 weeks before that. So I'm fucking dying. I'm like, he still got it, Mr. Barone.
If I didn't know your name, I called you Wolfgang.
Wolfgang.
Do you know how many people I see today? I'm in a shop, right? A guy will go, oh, Wolfgang. They call me.
And this was way before Wolfgang Puck. Like, where did you come up with Wolfgang?
It's just that name.
That was Eddie Munster's fucking something.
That just got me.
Who?
That just got me, Wolfgang.
Wolfgang.
Hold on. And this might be the wildest start to a podcast we've ever had. We barely introduced him, and we're talking, like, how old were you at this point, do you think?
When I started?
When you had Joey?
When I started, 22.
I don't think your daughters were born.
Huh? No.
No.
They were born while I was there.
And Patty was a
'Cause they
fucking
used to-
knockout. I remember the first time I saw your wife, I'm like, holy shit. Mr. Barone got it going on and shit. Holy fuck, she was good looking.
And, like, what? So you knew, it sounds like you knew, like, you'd heard of Joey when he was coming to your class for 7th grade the second time. Like, did the other teacher warn you?
Kingwell, yeah.
We got along, but I was strict with him the first time he was in my class.
Did you
First
have
year.
What did Kingwell tell you about him? Huh? What have you heard about Joey before you met him?
Kingwell hated everybody. So I could, if he was normal, I could say, yeah, I remember him saying so. He hated everybody, had every nationality, and I don't know what he was German.
Yeah, he was German. He was a Nazi.
He was German. He hated everybody. He hated the teachers. He hated. One time, Maytash says to me, "Want to play a little? What do you call it?
Poker.
On the board."
Backgammon?
In the gym, we used to set the table up and we used to play. And I can't think of what.
I don't know what the fuck.
Bocce?
Table tennis.
Oh, okay.
Table tennis.
Okay.
Ping
So
pong.
now, Kingwell, he said to me, Maytish, come on, I'll have you a game. So Kingwell hears him and he comes up to me, he says, I want to play him. I said, he asked me to play him. He goes, no, I want to hit that ball and cream him with it. So I said, yeah, go ahead. I want to see him do it. Do you know, God heard that. Maytash could have won a gold medal in the Olympics. He killed Kingwell, and what Kingwell wanted to do with him, he had a black eye. And everybody laughed at every game he lost. It was like a reward. So I said to Maytash, I said, where did you learn how to do that? He says, well, that's the 3 years I was going to be a priest. He said, that's all we did, the priest. We had a table and we played tennis. For like 10 years he did that. Played every day. The poor guy had to die shoveling.
Yeah, because I think I only had him. We had Gattoni. And then I first started with the king, Mr. Muir, Jack.
I miss him.
Come on now.
When I went there,
Come on now.
Tommy Muir.
Mr. Muir, he was just abandoning ship when I got there. I was
Track
like, God
coach.
damn it. And then we had Virgo left, and then Mr. Lindsley replaced him, who was coming.
Mayor of Weehawken, who...
Yeah, he's coming on the show.
Yeah.
He's coming on the show in when he comes up from Florida, because
I grew up with him in Hoboken. He lived right around the corner from me. He comes up to me one day and he says, you work in the summer. Do they give you a job? I go, no. He goes, I'll give you a job. Come to Weehawken Municipal. I go there and he says, I go, what am I going to do? He says, do you know Turk Jordan?
Oh, we'll get into Turk Jordan in a second.
Okay. He said, here's your job, John. See that guy over there with the wig? I go, yeah, he's crazy. He goes, yeah. I want you to work with him, do whatever he does. And if I only lose 10 votes a day, you're doing a great job. He's crazy, that guy.
Who, Turk or Wally?
Turk.
Bro.
He's a crazy. I'm from Hoboken. You know how many nuts I know from Hoboken? He was worse than all of them.
Okay. He was going to coach us in the 8th grade for a while. He showed up. He had felonies. He couldn't do it. Something happened, you know.
Hey, when that happens.
So we kept busting his chops. He's like, I'm going out tonight. Because we're in the fucking 8th grade, 7th grade. And this guy's like, I'm going out tonight. I'm getting my dick sucked and all this shit. So in the 8th grade, we finally go, Mr. Turk, when are you going to get us? Because we already had an adventure with him in the city. He took us to see the Sixers against the Knicks on Christmas Day. He told us he had tickets. The day of the fucking game, we get them. He goes, I got no tickets. We're stubbing our way in. Give me $5 a piece. He took us into the Knick game. We're like little fags. We had the basketballs and the Knick T-shirts and shit, you know, and this guy's got us all the way in the top. Some guy kept walking past with his family. He grabbed him. He goes, get up one more time. I'll fucking kill you. Then they threw us out of there. Then he went to another area, and the guy was getting up. And he told them, you could have got more exercise at the YMCA. Then they threw us out of that section. Now there's 3 minutes left. This guy bet the loser, because he's a fucking stiff, but I loved him. And some guy goes, he's on the floor. And some guy goes, can you move, please? Ask Whitey. It was me, Whitey, Chucky, and somebody else. And he tapped him. He turned around. He grabbed the guy's wrist, and he started, and the guy's like, and we just left him. We just ran out of there, ran to the Port Authority. So he asked us, what happened? We're like, Turk, listen, if we have a winning record, can you get us laid? And he goes, absolutely, I'll get you laid. Okay. 8th grade summer, I go to 5-star basketball camp. I don't graduate because there was a huge snow week. There was like 18 inches of snow every 2 weeks, so we were closed for a week. When I come back from 5-star, I get a call from one day. It's like July 8th.
He's gone.
And he's like in the lunchtime. I just happened to be home. Hello? Go. Turk Jordan here. You're going to be at the 38th Street courts in a little while? I go, yeah, all of us. We're going to play right now. He goes, I'm bringing you down some presents. Now, I had forgotten about the lady. I had forgotten all about that. He was going to get us laid. I thought he was bringing us basketball shirts. Sure enough, we're on 38th Street running back and forth. He pulls up with a fucking Cadillac. And he's like, guys.
A Lincoln Continental.
Something.
An old one.
A fucking huge car. And he goes, guys, I got something for you. I'll never forget the way he rubbed his hands. He goes, come here. And the back seat was a chick laying there with her shirt ripped and a tit sticking out. And he's like, there you go. I brought you a girl. And we all looked at each other like, We got to go home and study for next year. Everybody. Here's fucking 13-year-old kids that want to get laid. We do anything to get our dick sucked when you're 13. When we saw the chick in the back, she looked like, I don't even know. Let's not even get into it, because we'll all get arrested on this.
He was my boss for Lindsay.
He's still around.
No, he died.
When?
He just died.
Because when I got here, they said he was on Kennedy Boulevard. He takes the change out of the newspaper things.
He owned all them.
Yeah, so
and
he was,
had the guy kids that are working for us. They used to have to go and get all the quarters.
There you go.
And one day I use his car, and I notice it's like I'm looking this way. So I get out. I open up the trunk. He's got $9,000
in
worth
quarters.
of quarters.
And the trunk was sad.
And the thing was like this, the car. I'm driving it. And he was the unbelievable guy. And I'm telling you, I know a lot of nuts in Hoboken.
Dog, when he showed up with that woman, and she had those fake tits like from George Washington's day, like that type of shit, they were hard. Only one tit was sticking out. God knows what happened to the other one. I do not want to know. But during all this, and this is why Louie, I'm still tight with Louie, I'm still tight with Dave, I'm still tight with Chucky. Our friendship didn't come from just being in North Bergen. Our friendship came because all these kids had something going on in their house.
It's funny how it mixes too. Like,
All of us.
you know,
All of us. I still remember going home in the bro. I still remember walking home in the 7th grade with Anthony Balzano. He couldn't go home. The feds had the house fucking surrounded. They were whipping out machine guns and shit. That was our neighborhood. Michael Clemens won't talk to me no more because Carmine beat him up, handcuffed him and beat him up on giving that terrorist, and he was yelling
I wish he
fucking
would have fought Kingwell.
police brutality and fucking. I mean, this neighborhood was, it just was going on. It was fucking going on. Every night we ripped that fucking payphone off the fire department phone. We rip it and the cops would chase us. Who does this anymore? We used to run across Tunnelly. I mean, the
I
shit.
go to work one day, and he says, "You can go home. You don't have to work today." I said, "Why am I going home?" He goes, "Because tonight we got to take 2 bus loads to the Yankee game." I said, "Oh, that's nice." We get there at night, all parents and kids in like beautiful. They all got their uniforms on and pennants. Everything's going perfect. Okay? We pull up Yankee Stadium, the guy with the clipboard's there, and he says, "Where you from?" He goes, "Weehawken and Rec." So the guy looks at the thing and he says, "I don't have no Weehawken and Rec on here." So I go, "Turn, did you get the tickets from this thing?" He goes, "No, don't say nothing." Sure, he don't say nothing. The cop arrests him. I gotta bail him out. They figured this guy's crazy. And another time I bailed him out in the track. He says to me, "You got any money?" He calls me up. "You got any money?" I said, "Yeah, why?" He goes, "I'm picking you up." He picks me up. There's a guy sitting in the back seat. We're going to the track, the Meadowlands. So we drive into the Meadowlands, and all of a sudden, we get out. He says, "Bet it all on the 7." The guy leaves us. He says, "Bet it all on the 7." So I look at the horse. This is a fucking, they're going to make glue out of this horse. I'd say, he ain't going to win. He says, you know who the driver is? The guy that was in the back seat.
I got to take a breather real quick and read an ad. We'll be right back. All right, the church is also brought to you by Mint Mobile. Listen, when it comes to phone service, Mint Mobile has hit the jackpot. You're going to be saving tons of money with premium wireless that only costs $15 a month. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text. It's all delivered in the nation's largest 5G network. I love Mint Mobile. Keep your same phone, keep your same number, and keep all your contacts, Jack. The only thing that's going to change is the change in your pocket, and you save a little money every month. To get the new customer offer and your 3-month premium wireless plan for $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/Diaz, D-I-A-Z. Again, mintmobile.com/Diaz. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month with mintmobile.com/Diaz, D-I-A-Z. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on a first 3-month plan only. Speed slower, above 4 GB on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for all the details. We're back, bitches. So I had you in the 7th grade, and then I went to Ethel Welsh's class. But the 8th grade, we had Mr. Lindsay, and he took us to the fucking Philadelphia. They took us to Philly to see the.
Did you go to Washington?
No, we didn't go to
He
DC.
took us to Washington, too.
No, he took us to our year. They were a little scared with us. All right, so they took us to see the P-Knuckle. What is that? The something? The guy with the fucking sticks, whatever. They took us to this beautiful thing in Philadelphia, which I'll be at Wednesday night. And we started shooting paper clips at the guys on stage.
Jesus.
And they fucking threw us out of there. We went to Betsy Ross's house. They were mad at us, but then they stopped at Hiram's and Callahan's and got us all that shit. And we came back. And we were all just playing basketball at that time. And I'll never forget that. I went to the courts like any other night. And at 6 o'clock, Marianne said, Coco, Anthony, come and eat. And I go, my mom's cooking. I can't go over there tonight. And I went home. And that night I didn't go out. Like I just stayed in. And next morning we went to school and you took me in the hallway and said, you hear about Anthony? He got into an accident, blah, 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 blah. So this is our 8th grade year. It was like this fucking winded me. It winded me, I still remember the parents being on Saturday Night Live. Carmine and Marianne, during Saturday Night Live, they cut in because they were begging for a doctor to help their kid and shit. I mean, it was fucking real, guys, And that was the beginning of our 8th grade. And it till this day, there's a sadness down there still. Because we lost Dominic 2 years later and my mom a year later, which is all in the same. We all ran together, these kids, But it was really weird. What was your last year at McKinley?
I was,
And you were
I
in
was
high school?
high school more than I was at McKinley. Yeah. So you figure I was there about 20 years.
At the high school?
24, no, at McKinley.
Really?
And then I went to the high school for the rest.
Because I
And
still.
that one year in Horace Mann, that they said, you 3 guys, Sperber used to buy lunch every day. And I used to say, where are you getting this money? We used to go to a place every day, me, him, and Gallo, order nice lunch. There was a bar right now, like by Lady of Fatima. It's a doctor's office now over there.
Okay.
But anyway, we went to that bar every day, had lunch, steak sandwiches, whatever. And give me that check. Sperber. So I said, how are you getting all this money? Where are you getting all this money? He goes, hey, I love you and Jimmy. I'm so happy you're here, because he was there a year ahead of us. So sure enough, one day a girl comes in the room. We're collecting for Biafra. That was a country in Africa that you give money. They would raise money and send it to them. So I'm saying, and who sent you down here? She said, Sperber. They didn't hit me. Because the girl came in every day for like 3 months. And we were eating every day with the money that everybody was throwing in the thing. Who knew? Who knew? I said, you're stupid. We're going to get fired, I said, if they find out. He goes, it's on me. So you're not going to get fired. I says, well, because I'll squeal on you. I'm not worried about it, but you just got to stop.
You know, I was telling Nick Ascalise that when we went to school, they just weren't teachers. You know, I always said that we get to school at 9 and we're there till 6, till 3. And sometimes if you play sports, you're there till 5. You're there with them longer than what you really are with your parents in those days. You know, unless your mother stayed home, which a lot of moms did. But, you know, we goof around here, we tell a lot of stories. I still remember the night my mother died. That the ambulance came at like 3:30, and I just sat there. And within fucking 30 minutes, I saw a cop car coming up the block. And it was Carmine, because he didn't sleep at night. He would sleep on the couch, listen to the police scanner with the gun ready to shoot somebody, right? So he came, and me, him, and Pete went to breakfast in that diner on Tunley Avenue, Collins Diner. And then I go, what am I going to do? And Pete goes, I'm going to school. I go, take me up to high school. And like an hour later, I get a fucking thing. Jose, come to the class. And there's Mr. Barone. He goes, your mother died. What are you doing in school? Let me drive you home. And I'll never forget that. This is the shit that we goof around and we tell these fucking stories and stuff. Now, when did you become the JV coach?
My second.
78 or 80? No, it had to be before 79.
Yeah.
No?
No, because I ran the grammar school league for 2 years. And I started teaching at 75. My first year was 75. So you figure, I would say the low 80s.
Okay.
I started with JV.
Now, do you remember the ref with the glass eye?
Yeah.
What was his name? It's in the tip of my tongue. I was just thinking about it in the bathroom. He had a pigeon
He was
eye.
a substitute teacher.
He was a substitute teacher, but he was also the one ref that coached the ref to Franklin.
You know why they stopped him from coming to school? Because he was taking care of my class. You weren't in it. And he said to the kids, I'm going to the bathroom and I'm going to keep my eye on you. He took it out and put it on the desk.
All right, so
When the kids told me and I told them, I said, he went to the bathroom, he took his eye out. I don't want him in.
Doug, this is old school teaching, okay? They got to you. When the teacher takes his eye out and puts in the cloud, gives you the Malukia
I'll
look,
be watching you.
I'll be watching you.
Good.
I gotta be honest, compared to say breaking one of their arms and like all like this is pretty minor. Like the eye thing I kinda think is funny. The eye thing I like.
So,
But can we go back to him coming and getting you when your mom like that was
yeah, he came to get me and he drove me home and he told me to keep it together and he just
Did you
talked.
go to the Bear Mountains with a group with me?
No. I left. We went to Great
2
Adventure.
bus loads, 130 kids. We let you go out. They said, let them go out. The lady teachers, leave the kids alone. I said, you better play games with them. No, let them go. There was Bear Mountains, I don't know where it is, but there's a forest all around it. Okay? So it's time to go. It's time to go home. I say that certain people have clipboards. Anybody missing? So I see them talking. Then I turn around and they go, 62 kids are missing. I said, how could you just not notice that with the group? We only had 170 and 60's missing and you're just finding out now? I was in charge of that trip. I almost killed the one lady.
All right. So
You don't tell me 60, because I knew all the while, but I figured they'd come back. They're not going to come back. We got home 8:30 at night. We were supposed to be home. The mothers were waiting 3:30 by school. We got home 8:30. By the time they all come back, girls had their pants ripped. I said, we're going to get in trouble for this one. Damn mountains.
Was that the last time you went to Bear Mountain?
I didn't want to go. Bear Mountains, you know.
Mr. Barone, the ref's name. The reason, because this is killing me. You're gonna love this one. The ref had a glass eye. So we're walking home in the 8th grade, and I'm walking home with Anthony Balzano, and he's pissed about something. And we're all walking home. Anthony, Dominic were yelling, and he goes, that fucking ref, he keeps calling fouls on me. And Anthony goes, that motherfucker, he's my cousin. We're like, what? What do you mean he's your fucking cousin? He goes, he's my cousin. He goes, I'm going to go home and tell my father now. So we walk in his house all fucking rushed up. And he's like, Dad. And Mr. Balzano was eating like with the thing on. And he goes, Dad, that cousin, he had it, because he was their cousin. He was their cousin through marriage or something. The Capitora. Okay. Capitora. There you go. Cap. So he goes, Dad, Cap keeps calling fouls on me and Coco. You better talk to me. He goes, Cousin Cap? He goes, yeah. He fucking gets up. He wipes his thing, fucking dials the number. Cap, let me talk to you about something. You ref the game with my son, Anthony, and Coco. You call a foul on them again, I'll fucking go down there and kill you. And he hung up the phone. We're playing Dondero and Compasso. We're karate chopping them. They're like, foul. And then we would, because he had a glass eye. So if you're on the right and your eye is fucking glass, how you call the foul? So we used to challenge him all the time. Challenge. No. You did not see that. You have a fucking left eye that's glass. How did you see this thing here? And then that was it. I don't know what happened to that poor bastard.
Remember Haltner?
Who?
Eddie Haltner?
Coach, ref?
No, student. He was probably after you.
Yeah.
His father said we were having a cookie drive. So his father comes into my room. I'm in charge of it. And he says, you having a cookie drive? He says, I can get you Burry's cookies. I said, how much? How many could you get us? A truckload. So I said, get it. So sure enough, truckload one day is backing into our parking lot. You know, that's a
the
back.
McKinley, yeah.
Can't come in straight. The guy, I go, I tell the principal, we're getting a truckload of fucking cookies. Everybody's happy, all the teachers, the ladies in the office. I go outside, the truck driver gets out of the thing, opens the truck, and gives me like 3 bags. I said, what are you doing that for? He says, well, that's all you're getting. It says, Ed Holtner gets the rest of these. It has an address. That fuck just used the school for them to give us the cookies, but he wanted to keep them all. Now, they said, it must be your friend. I said, I don't know this guy. This kid goes to school here. That's why I believed him.
Oh.
3 boxes we got. The whole truck was full.
They built the gym. You know that gym was built when we were in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
We got to play.
I complained so much
about that gym, and out of everything.
Why did I complain? Where was our gym when it was snowing?
We shoveled snow, and I got a D.
No, but we were in the hallway.
In the hallways, yeah.
Every day these kids bowled with bowling. I said, you can't have gym every day and do the same thing.
Yeah, and Mr. Fontana. We had Mr. Fontana when I was there.
I used to race, and I'm trying to teach. It's the whole way to your classroom. So I went to Fishback, and I gave it to him. I said, listen, I want to be transferred. He says, why? I said, they take gym all day. Remember, you get 8 periods a day.
That's right.
So I had to listen. The kid wanted to go to the bathroom. He gets trampled by a race. They're having like races. So sure enough, he says, you got some background. You got to help us. Maybe you can talk somebody into building us a gym. So I don't know anybody, but if you use my name, I'll do whatever they want. I had to give a few clinics. I had to give.
Crazy.
Everybody
we had
had
no
to do.
fucking gym. So for you kids at home, you're fucking grateful. We had no
They had
fucking gym.
no
We had to
gym.
shovel snow.
How do you have a school with no gym?
We used to, I don't even know where we practiced basketball in those days. I forget.
And then we had lunch, where the kids are running back and
yeah,
forth.
back and forth.
There's like a
little table on the side,
like
little
goes
edge.
along the wall.
But
But there's kids eating, there's bowling and track games going on, and we're trying to teach in the classrooms.
And Richie Vanacek would take nails and hit him in the thing upside down. So when you put your hand on the wood, the nail, dog, that's cool. I was there one time with Richie Vanacek and his father were talking to Kingwell. And Mr. Vanacek had his hands like this. And Richie was standing right here. He had his little fucking glasses on. And he's looking at Kingwell. Yeah. And all of a sudden he just goes, bam! And fucking broke his glasses. Richie dropped. I mean, this was McKinley School. It was, but you got to remember, that was everywhere at that time. Parents would knock you the fuck out, anywhere. Parents would knock, and nobody would say jack shit. Parents would just clock
And
you.
they never complain, the kids. You know what I mean? What about the cap? At the end of this thing that I just set up is a little room on the corner. Remember where you ate? Where they made the food.
Yes.
As soon as you walk in the door.
Like Eddie Munster's
there's
house.
a little room.
Yeah. And the walls were like this. And you walked in there. Yeah. This was real. And
Two ladies making lunch every day.
fucking ham, one of those prison county lunches. The ham with the pasteurized cheese with an apple, an orange drink of milk, and Mrs. Sabatino gave you a cookie to bail you out in case you didn't want the liverwurst sandwich. Who eats liverwurst in those fucking days? We used to go to the fucking York Hotel. That's where we went to lunch, to fucking and to look at the hookers. And we put quarters in the machine and go back with potato chips. But this all goes together. We got the gym, right? And as they were building the gym, I went to school, and then there's cops everywhere. There's cops on the 3, because we used to play basketball behind Center Ford.
Yeah.
North Bergen had those little courts there. 26th Street. Yeah, 26th Street courts.
They still play there. No, it's just a ball. When you go over the bridge there,
Yeah.
I went there one time. Somebody said, O'Corin's playing in the court. O'Corin at that time played for the North
Carolina, yeah.
Played for the Nets, I think.
Yeah.
He's playing in that court.
Yeah, they all played there.
Yeah. And it was like, 10 guys like him playing. That was about as long as this. Wasn't
Yeah,
even.
the biggest. Yeah.
It was about as long as this room.
how did you get a D in snow shoveling?
I didn't do the corners, you know what I'm saying? I just pushed it and shit like that. But we finally got the gym, and as we were building the gym, they found a body across the street at the York.
Iceman.
Under the bed. He was alive, whatever the fuck. So we were having a problem getting a coach. And I'm not going to go into this. We couldn't get a coach that they could sign on. We had Pete Wolf, who could slam the ball, but that's it. We had and then some guy signed up, and he didn't like Spanish people, right? So I started dating his sister, because if you're going to be a racist, you might as well not have a sister, because you never know what's going to happen. So this goes on for a few months. She's older than me. She's a cheerleader at Sacred Heart Academy on 16th Street across from St. Michael's. So I would have CYO, and I'd walk home with her. One day we were walking home, and he caught us holding hands. And the next day, fucking all hell broke loose. So he like called me a spick. What are you doing with my sister? You're dead and all this shit. So I went home, and I called Anthony Balzano. Anthony's like, fuck this motherfucker. We'll kill him tomorrow at lunch or whatever. I mean, this is when we were nuts. Dominic, Michael, a bunch of us were like, we're going to hide in the gym and get him. The first day we hid in the gym, he never showed up. Second day we hid in the gym, he never showed up. The third day we said, let's go get him at his fucking house. We went there, the house was already put up for sale. All right, that's how much they hated Spicks. So that was the plan. We were going to fucking drag him out to Route 3 and let them die out there because they blame it on whoever killed. We didn't know it was the Iceman. Whoever killed that person on Route 3. That was our fucking plan at that age. Like we were gonna hit them with hammers and shit and fucking. It's
I made a deal with Holbig. They had no coach after you. They had no coach either.
No.
So I made a deal with Holbig. Remember Holbig?
Yeah, the woman.
Gym teacher. Huh? The girl.
Patty.
So I said, will you do me a favor? You like sports. I think you'd be perfect. You know the grammar school league that I run? She says, yeah. I said, McKinley don't have a coach. I said, could you coach there? She says, I'll coach if you practice with them. So I said, I got my team. How am I going to practice with the? But we filled. I had the practice start a little later, and I gave them an hour and a half every day, Monday to Friday. They won the league with this girl coaching them. They won the grammar school. That's the only year they haven't won anything. I think with Jose Castro, they won 2 once. Alex Zalavar. They all played for us at the high school. That was a good group.
And then they had a fucking coach at Kennedy named Rugar. Right? He's your
Larry Rugar.
Larry Rugar. And in the 7th grade, bro, his team was the state team.
He made them wear suits to the game. In
He
Kennedy School.
He had Pickett before
I
Whitey.
ran the league. So
He had Calandrillo. He had Pickenich down there. He had Cruz down there. And I'll never forget, they played Horace Man B. And they beat him by like 80-2. And Rugar was mad. So he made them go back to the gym and run with their hands up for a fucking whole practice. Rugar used to wear a suit. Rugar was fucking a savage. Then he coached us somewhere. But I want to know one thing, Mr. Perone. How the fuck were you on the bus with us in 1980 if you weren't coaching at the high school?
Because I coached at the high school all the years I was at McKinley.
What were you coaching?
JV for, say,
That's what it was. Okay.
my first 5 years, JV. Then when Sabello died,
Right, you were waiting on Sabello.
Shave got the job. I was his
Assistant.
assistant. So I think that was the longest stretch. I coached. Then when Shave packed it in, I think I was 10 years head coach. You know, the school's 70 years old, and we only had 4 coaches. You go to any other school in any other sport, they got 15 coaches. It's something that, you know. When I played, when I coached, my JV coach, Ralph, in the wheelchair.
Bob Brace's son.
Wait, the JV coach was sitting in a wheelchair?
He's paralyzed.
Yeah. He was a good dude, Ralph Marino. God rest his
He
soul.
played baseball for me. I also coached the Bill Better Boys. Remember that?
Bill Better Boys.
After high school.
Holy shit.
Okay, I coached North Bergen for a couple of years. Ralph was on the team. He was a catcher. Okay, so sure enough, base hit, man on second. The kid was the mayor of Union City's nephew. I never forget. He rounds third, and I said, there's going to be a collision. Marino, instead of just sweeping and tagging him, he put his head down and he got in the guy's way like this. And the guy ran him right over. He hits the ground. I run out to him. I said, he goes, Mr. Barone, I'm paralyzed. I said, no, you're not. You got a concussion. He was paralyzed. He knew it.
What year was that?
So now I go to see him in the hospital. When he's in the hospital recuperating a year later, and he says, you want to do me a real good favor? I said, yeah, what? He says, he was on a table about that high, a bed or a table about, and they had a mattress on it. They were doing something to him to get exercise for his blood. So sure enough, he says, if you push this to that window and then push me. You could push me out the window. I said, is this what you want? He says, I can't take it. Lost his fiance. He was all set to get married when he was playing baseball. That's after high school, that league.
That's right. Hold on 1 second. I have to go to the bathroom. Oh, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Holidays on the house at DraftKings Casino. With this season's offerings, you'll unwrap everything on your list. Exclusive games, huge jackpots, and exciting rewards. Like I got one this morning. 20% back on all your slots. Who's better than DraftKings? Nobody! Make the season way more fun with DraftKings Casino. DraftKings is offering a warm welcome to new players. I'm going to give you $100 instantly, just like that, in casino credits with $10 wager. Again, we're going to offer you a warm welcome for new players, $100 instantly in casino credits with a $10 wager. Plus, everyone can get in on the action with a holiday reward every week. So sign up with code Joey Slots. Again, Joey Slots, JoeySlots, because the holiday cheer is here, Jack, only at DraftKings Casino.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 and over. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Opt-in required. Casino credits are non-withdrawable and expire in 168 hours. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos.
Ralph Marino is a good story. I coached him in baseball. He gets paralyzed. He wants to kill himself. And he wanted to use me. Nobody was going to do anything. And he figured being I was with him all these years, I would do it. Slide me out that window over there. You push the thing. He was showing me how to do it. So how am I going to do that? I can't lift you. You don't have to. Look at the bottom of that window. Fits perfect on the table here you're on. So he says, you open the window, you put it up against the window, and you push me out, pull me out, throw me out. So I said, Ralph, now, because of that day, I walked out. I just said, I can't do it. Get somebody else to do it. I leave. I always had that guilt feeling because I used to see him watching a game. He didn't want to do anything. He was a great baseball player, and I think he could have been a professional golfer. That's how good he was. I went golfing with him once. He was unbelievable. I said, you're a better golfer than you are an athlete. So sure enough, I said to him, I got the thing for you. What? I said, you could be my assistant, basketball. That saved him.
I was just going to tell you that.
He loved ask Frankie, nobody loves basketball like Ralph did.
Nobody.
He'll watch 10 games in a row. He'll drive to California to see a game. Huh?
That's crazy.
He was the best.
When I was a freshman,
But he got too many. I said, somebody asked me on a show, hey, how is Ralph Marino as an assistant coach? I said, let's put it this way. If I didn't have Ralph Marino as a coach, I would have won 20 more games. Because he cost me with technicals, because he was in a wheelchair. He used to go, what the fuck are you looking at? To the ref. Or he would say, scumbag. I could curse these guys. I should say, what are you doing? He says, I figured I'm in a chair. He could have gave me that call sucked. You suck. You know, he used to, I think because he was in the wheelchair, he could say anything he wants to him. Before the game, the ref would come up to me and say, you know, you going to control this guy tonight? The game didn't even start. I said, come on, give him a break. You know how I got him not to get the technicals? Randy thought of it, but I did it. Well, Randy did it first. Soon as he got a technical, we got somebody to wheel him into the fucking corner of the gym. So he's looking in the corner of the gym. Somebody come and get me. He would, Coach, I'm sorry. I hear that in my sleep sometimes. Coach Barone, come on. I won't say a word. You could tape me. Ralph was great.
I remember being a freshman and Colangelo played varsity, maybe?
Colangelo,
Dennis.
he played, his best year was the JV year. He played
With you.
me.
Yeah, he played.
But he never got that. He never did it for the varsity. He was my best player. But then now when he was a junior, he went to varsity.
Right.
And they cut him.
Well, Sabella probably thought he was a troublemaker or something, but
Yeah. Isabel didn't like downtown.
no, he didn't like downtown.
He wanted the guys from Horace Mann.
Yeah, he didn't like me at all.
That's why he didn't win.
Yeah, probably.
Those guys do their homework.
I still remember Marino sitting in the wheelchair, yelling at Dennis, "Dennis, defense, defense, Dennis." And Dennis would look at him and go, "Yeah." And then like 3 defense, Dennis, he'd go, "Timeout." And he'd go, "Marino, say it one more time. I'll put you in the closet and shut the fucking door." I would say, "Dennis, you can't do that. He won't fucking leave me the fuck
My
alone."
brother loves him.
Who, Dennis?
Dennis.
Yeah, we all love Dennis. Dennis is still the funniest
My
man in the
brother
fucking
just
world.
asked me recently, is Dennis Colangelo still around?
He's alive, but he lost his wife. And he's having a hard time, and he's a fucking sweetheart. I hooked up with him a couple times when I got here.
Try and remember, if next time you see him, Joe Barone, my brother.
Okay, yeah.
Said hello.
But we were on, my freshman year, I played for Reardon, and he didn't play me. So for some reason, we were in East Orange, and we're at this Christmas thing. And it is a fucking riot from the time we get there. Because at that time, we used to call Juan Rodriguez's little brother, it was Juan and Carlos. So at freshman practice, we called Carlos Eddie Munster. And he would pull you aside like a man and go, "Dog, I'm not in on that Eddie Munster shit, so don't even try it." And every time practice got hairy, somebody would say, "Eddie Munster," and he would stop the game and go, "Dog, I tell you about that Eddie Munster shit." So now we're in East Orange for the Christmas tournament. And we're losing. It's like 3 minutes from the halftime. I'll never forget this. And he was taking the ball out. He was going to chuck it into Chucky or somebody. He gets the ball, and the 2 little black kids go, "Look at my man. He looked like Dracula," right? And that's all they said. I was sitting on the bench, and I could hear the crack, like his whole demeanor, like, and you can see on his face, like, I do look like Eddie Munster. Like it just hit him. We were dying on the bench. We ended up getting killed. But at the time, my mom was always up at the bar. So my mom would leave me a $20 bill or a steak. I had an option. So I would say, fuck the steak, because it was too Cuban-y, garlicky, the asshole that I am now, and I would get steakums and get a ride of fries, throw them in the oven, and then throw 2 steakums on white bread with the American cheese. And I kept eating them. That's what I ate every night, 2-3 weeks. Dog, there was a week I couldn't shit. I went for like 6 days without shitting. I didn't know what it was. Now we're in this Christmas tournament. And we're out in fucking East Orange, and they're shaking the bus, the whole fucking thing. We get out there, and finally we take off. And I'm like, man, my stomach hurts. And I'm in the middle of the bus, and all of a sudden I'm looking around to see who's around me who I could blame it on. I didn't know what type of fart it was going to be. So I let the first fart out. And I'm like, oh my God. And all of a sudden people start going, "What the fuck is that? Jesus Christ. What is that? Open the windows." And you couldn't open the windows. They were the high ones. You had to slip down. They were all fucked up. And again, another fart came out of me. Right? And now everybody's fucking going, "Jesus, what is that?" The cheerleaders started crying and shit. They were crying. That's how bad that fart was. I gave it about a 30-minute window. Everybody was like, "Ooh, thank God. Who was that?" It was Sabatini. We were just blaming it on people. You were blaming it on everybody except me. I was like, I think it came from over there. It wasn't me. Finally, I throw a tremendous fart. This one's worse than the other 2. Mr. Barone's holding his face and he goes, he's changing flavors. Oh, that was fucking They held their faces till they got in front of the fucking high school.
But you got turned off because now, what year was Reardon Day? When you were a sophomore?
I was a freshman, so I played everything I did.
But I was the JV coach then?
Yes. No, I don't remember, but you won
I would have picked you.
No, but it was 8th grade. I was buck wild. I could jump and shit. Reardon just didn't dig me. So I used to torture him from time to time. I had people threaten him and shit. He held his ground. We never really spoke. And then I went and ran spring track with Composto, and he broke me. Reardon did I was like, I don't want to play basketball no more. Just one day I just got up and I go, I'm not doing this no more. And then I would play by the high school after school for money with those animals, Fuvio, Plagario, and all those guys. We'd play for like a sandwich and hashways. That's what it was.
Where did you play? In the back gym? Practice? Where did you practice?
We practiced at Horace Mann. We had to leave the high school.
I didn't see you when this was going on.
No, and then we used to.
Came out, let's say you were practicing in the back gym. You came out, this guy said, don't worry, next year you got it made.
Yeah, because we only played in the back against some team because they canceled it. And that's when you came and all the other teachers were there and a bunch of people. And they were like, why isn't he fucking playing? Like, it was obvious I could play. And people were like, but that's the way it went, you know? I still, to this day, fucking kind of regret it. You know, you mentioned that kid before. I mean, listen, man, when you go to a school or something, I wish, this is why I get pissed at people now, especially teachers, because you're supposed to open kids' eyes. You know, like I want to still beat up Mr. Longano because he never told me about New York City. I could have gone over there and got an acting class. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. But what are we talking about?
About you quitting.
I just didn't want to play no more. And then I got a lung infection. I was going to play for Vinny. Vinny goes, come play football with the sophomores. And I went, and the first day I got there, I spit, and it was just blood. And one of the coaches came over, and he goes, what the fuck is this? And I go, I don't know. I got hit in the mouth. But then he kept seeing puddles of blood everywhere. I had a lung infection from smoking paraquat. And I had to be in the hospital for 13 days. When I got out, I couldn't play football. It was too late to play basketball. And then my mother died. And I wasn't doing shit after that. You know, I wasn't going to do shit after that. And I stayed in school maybe for the end of junior year. Then I said, I got a job at Masback Century Hardware on 89th and if you go down 83rd Street Hill, North Bergen, 85th, and what's the street all the way down where all the West Side Avenue, that last warehouse, that was Masback Century. And then I didn't see you, but the problem was I was just embarrassed. I was just embarrassed to see you guys. I was not the type that was going to go up to the high school and hang out, you know, and then I really got into a pinch and I was really embarrassed around you guys because you guys had seen me, you know, when I was a young kid and how I acted, and now I was a different fucking animal, you know, so, but when I did the documentary, I went to your house, I go, this guy's great, you know, and, you made my childhood, you and that other fucking knucklehead, because nobody, you know, I still remember, I didn't know nothing, he sent us home, make sure you watch the NCAAs on fucking Saturday or something. The semifinals were on a Saturday, and you sent us home. You go, that's your homework for the weekend. And the finals were Monday. And that was the year Marquette played North Carolina in the finals. It was that dude's last game. And I'll never forget that Saturday, I just come back from the court. I'm a Spanish kid. And I put the fucking TV on. And North Carolina's playing UNLV. And all of a sudden, somebody got hurt. And the fucking TV said, coming in now is the freshman from Jersey City, New Jersey. My fucking head almost blew the fuck up. I'm going to get him on here. He lives down the shore. I'm getting O'Corin on here. My head blew up when I saw Jersey City as a freshman. And then, to top it off, the motherfucker scored 31 points as a fucking freshman. And then they played Monday night in the championship, and they lost to...
Who are we talking about now?
Mike O'Corin.
O'Corin?
O'Corin. You're the guy that said, go home and watch this college game this weekend.
He was on that court, though. That's the only guy I remember that was playing in that game.
Where, North Carolina?
No, in North Bergen.
No, they used to come down with Spinarkle, Sergio Badagi. He used to bring somebody else down, not Jackie Galloon, but there was another kid that played from
It was
Weehawken.
probably in a motel that drew them.
Well, the motel. But those guys played. Remember, when you go over the Lincoln Tunnel, when you're going into the Lincoln Tunnel, before you make that turn, look on, there used to be a court. On
Yeah,
top.
I played there.
And that was a special league. Like,
Still there.
it's still there because I see a football field, but that's where they played during the
thing
week.
I can't stand when you play there, though, with all the cars coming in the tunnel,
Yeah.
that
Pollution.
smell,
Yeah, you're going to die. That's why
they stopped playing.
we're tougher than fucking death. You know what I'm saying? Because we face death. I still remember.
That shit used to play, and we played for 4 or 5 hours straight. Hoboken was the best. Played.
Bro, think about that senior year when Hoboken had those two black dudes, Juicy and Bob Du Bois, and they led the county in slams. They led the county in slam dunks. It was fun. And North Bergen beat them their senior year. North Bergen beat them their senior year.
And by 2 points that game.
Yeah, in Hoboken.
And you know,
In fucking Armando Arribas.
but you know, do you remember how we won the game at the end? The guy was taking it out for Hoboken.
Missinich.
He was taking it out. Oh, the guy was on Hoboken. They're down 1. They score, they win. The coach says, he calls him. He went like this and he just threw it. It went to the North Bergen guy and he makes a layup. They're up 3. Game's over. There's no 3-point shots with like 20 seconds left. That's how they blew it. And I was so happy because I hated the Hoboken coach. I wanted to coach there. You always want to coach where you played first. Once they gave, the guy was, Connors, his name was. He was on the Board of Ed, a member of the Board of Ed. His son got the job. Never played basketball. I was sick. And then Vinny was my homeroom teacher. He said, don't worry about it. I take you to North Bergen. Artie's moving there next week. I'll straighten everything out for you. And he did. I owe everything to that man. I was working in my father's grocery store. I wasn't even going to go back to college. He walked in, said to my father, how's he doing? I'm behind the fucking thing. And my father said, Johnny, the coach is here. He gets me outside. What are you fucking doing here? I says, well, I'm going to go back, but not now. He says, you fucking make sure it was like August that you're in school next month, or I never would have probably went back. My father was a bookie. I would have been a bookie. I'd rather do that.
Wait, he owned a grocery store and was a bookie?
Everybody was a bookie back then. Like, everybody was a bookie.
That's only a front.
Yeah, that's only a front. They sell apples. You know what I'm saying? Any questions you have?
A lady would come in like, he would come in, you have any kumquats? Get lost. we just got oranges and apples. Take a fucking walk. I said, then he used to complain when I don't get enough business.
Did he ever do anything that made you want to not that you wouldn't like him, but did he ever go too far?
Couldn't.
He couldn't
do it. Couldn't do it.
That's great.
He gave me everything. How could you, when you grow up and your father is good to you? I don't even think he ever hit me.
No, I'm talking about Joey.
I'm talking about my father.
Oh,
Well, I'm glad your dad didn't hit you.
His name is Joe.
Did this Joey ever do anything in class? You're like, fuck, it might be too much.
He made me laugh so much. I couldn't get mad at him.
we laughed, man.
And why do you think you can't, teachers can't act like this anymore? Have this kind of relationship with their students?
I wasn't surprised when he hit it. When he did it, I didn't know what he was doing, and then I saw him in the prison movie, the football movie, and I said, "This guy made it."
Do you remember the last time you saw him before then?
I used to see him at games. Sometimes you used to come to a game. I remember like calling you, like,
I left in 85. So I still remember going to a game with Greg Ascalise and Shave. We were playing Memorial, and North Bergen beat Memorial. And I had his Uncle Greg, was a little boy on my shoulder, and I kept giving him money to say pinga and say culo and all these bad words in Spanish. And all the Cubans from Memorial were walking out, and then everybody started coming over and give Greg money to say pinga, culo, and fucking Shave was like, you
you see,
motherfucker.
he was like this as a kid.
Right, and it's a lot to handle now. I can't imagine
He would
at 8 in the
perform
morning.
as a kid.
Holy shit.
You know, man, these teachers gave you a reason to live.
7th grade. How
They-
old was he?
12, 11, they gave you a reason to do your homework. They gave you a reason that you wanted to do fucking good, you know? And that was, I always had one of those teachers every year that you had to go into school just to see them so you could feel better about yourself. I look at my daughter's teachers. There's no fucking personality.
Oh, forget
They're
it. I
young.
pick up
They're
my
fucking,
grandson every
they're
day.
white, but I mean white. Like they're white, like, you know, white. Like, you know, they're on the level. Like that pen doesn't have enough ink. You know, shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, like it's, and I could see why kids are the way they are now. When I told my daughter I was coming up here to see
Wish
you,
I was a superintendent of
Yeah.
schools and I could straighten out what I know. I mean, I taught for 49 years. I know what they're doing. I know it's half of it sucks. But what could I do as a teacher? Okay?
When do you think the shift started? Like around what year did people start? Like, did you have to start being a little bit more PC, or, you know, you couldn't do the stuff you were doing when you were teaching Joey? Like, when did that start changing?
In the high school?
Or just what year? Like the 90s?
No, it was yeah, because it's 30 more years. Yes, that's about right.
And what do you think made it change? Was it like cameras going around, or?
the attitude. It's just something, I
You
don't
know what
know.
it is? I'll tell you what it is. It's that kids don't sit at the table with their family at night and have dinner. Think about it. How many people, you know, I watch Blue Bloods. They every Sunday they sit around. I used to ask kids, you ever eat with your whole family? No, because the mother works at this time, the father works this time. You can never get, the sister has a job. You can never get them together. That changed everything. That family thing changed. That's why the kids they're a little crazy now. There's nothing, that's why they don't fear their parents. They're never with them. They're out playing. They come back. Me, if I did something wrong, my father was right there, right, waiting for me. Today, sometimes I couldn't get a parent to come. Or you get a parent and they come and her daughter did something bad in school. I forget what it was, but I saw it and she did it. And she said in front of her mother, I had the superintendent there and the principal because she wanted to sue us. So I said, that's what happened, because she said, how do you know? Because I saw it. But then she said, but you're lying. So I said, why are you saying I'm lying? He says, I was watching your body, how you acted. Like, you know, like body language. She said, your body language was wrong when you were talking. You got people like that, or people that don't care. You got people that make things up.
What about
They
when
don't realize.
Kingwell made me bring my mom in, but I hired the guy from my mother's bar to come in as my brother. I paid him like the small 20 to come in and be my cousin from Cuba. And King was like, next time I have to talk to your mom. And I played it off. Then the next time he goes, this time I have your mom come in and I want to talk to her. I'm standing out there with her and Austin. He goes, I told your other son. And my mother's like, what? I don't have another son.
And kids today are street smart. And they might be even better than we were.
No fucking way. They're street smart on a fucking computer or how to send you a text.
Let's put it this way.
Yeah. They know how to send a bomb to the school through VPN and shit like that. But they don't have what we had. There's no way. I see it every day. I see it in the kids that my daughter plays with. I see it in these kids. That we're going to have a hard time. But look at the 20-year-olds. A lot of 20-year-olds don't know what the fuck is going on right now. They just walk around. They don't know. And they go to college for 4 years and somebody pays them a bunch of money, and that's even worse. That's even worse. They don't know. They don't know anymore. Listen, there's not one of these motherfuckers that on a Friday night will pay $200 for 100 Quaaludes and sell them for $4 and make the quick 200. That will never happen again.
That might be a good thing.
They won't hustle with football sheets. There's no more delivering papers. See, that was the backbone of America. That was the backbone of America. That, now go get a job. If you're 14, you got to sign paperwork and the school. Listen, when we were kids, you walked into Tom McCann. You need somebody in the afternoon? Yeah, come back tomorrow at 2:30. When they went, you follow me? All these things went away. We lost the paper route. We lost the paper route. Nobody knocks on your door for the American Heart Association and says, I'm going to walk around Hudson County Park, give me a nickel for every fucking loop. You think I walked that thing every year? I kept half the money and gave the other half to the Heart Association. They don't have that. How many people robbed St. Michael's CYO for all the boosters? And I would sell them to $1 and take them back. Hey, come on. And I'm not saying you got to be a bad kid. I'm not saying that. But they don't have that mentality. You can't learn that. You can't learn that in a classroom.
I feel bad for the kids today, though.
Me too. And I have an 11-year-old daughter, and I see this. I don't see it as much as her. She does her homework. She does all that shit. But I see a lot of boys. Boys are not boys anymore. I remember in California, I signed my daughter up for a ballet class. The class had 6 fucking kids. 4 of them were boys. And the moms brought them in there with the silver shoes and the whole fucking guys. But that's out there. But here, again, when was the last time you went out and you got stuck in the snow and 3 kids were out there trying to hustle you for $10? That doesn't exist. We can't even get white kids to mow the fucking lawn. If I was Trump, that's the first fucking rule I'm making. I want to see white kids mowing lawns again. White kids don't mow fucking lawns. This is not good, guys. They don't have the mentality we were having at those young developmental years. You see your child. When I was a kid, my mom goes, you're not doing nothing today? You got to go to the bar and stock the ice and stock the beer. $20. Instead of just hitting me up for a 10, I'll give you 20. They don't do that no more. It's unheard. They have no social skills. Have you gone to a restaurant lately? Have you gone to a CVS? Have you gone somewhere and seen the process that they put you through? They just don't have it no more, Mr. Barone. And then, you can't fire nobody no more.
No.
God forbid. I'm Cuban. Let's call the Cuban American Association and sue them. I'm Portuguese. Whatever the fuck you are. I'm not pointing at anybody. But these are all the things you have with these kids. It's not good. It's not good.
No.
Instagram hasn't helped us. Social media hasn't helped us. Dog, I had to threaten my daughter to go out. And she goes out now. I said, at least 15 minutes, go dribble the fucking ball. Go dribble the fucking ball 15 minutes. And what kills me is that the kids I'm dealing with, their parents all grew up like we did. Why don't you encourage these fucking kids to go out? They got them in the house all day. Mr. Softy, stop coming in my neighborhood. No kids come out. Only me, my fat ass, my wife, and my daughter out there, Mr. Softy. It's not good, Coach. It's over. Kids don't have that American ingenuity we had. They don't
Kids
know.
are different, too. I have 3 grandsons. You'd think one of them would have what I had. the girl, my granddaughter has it. You know, she's on North Bergen. She played freshman she played varsity as a freshman. Now she's a sophomore and she starts.
Basketball?
She's got the thing I wanted the guys to have. They're playing with their computers, and I teased them all the time. So how could you have your sister a better athlete than you? I teased them.
I go to the gym
It doesn't work.
and I see kids boxing. Like, what happened? That's the first thing your mother taught you. Your father taught you how to put your hands up, and these kids are like, they got no legs.
Who's the kid from our area? His daughter wrestled.
Amanda Pace.
Who?
Amanda Pace.
Pace. Donald Pace is the. You know him? He lived down by you. She got a scholarship. This girl. I went to see her wrestle. I don't watch any wrestling.
Not even pro wrestling?
But she was from North Bergen. This was for like the state championship,
Yeah.
whatever. And she fucking kicked the shit out of this other girl. And Donald, I had Donald at school at McKinley. It was like a klutz. I hope he's not watching.
He'll watch it.
Would you, if you had were 22 again, would you be a teacher knowing what you know right now? Like right now you would?
Definitely.
Why even with everything going
I
on?
think, for me, I don't want to do anything else. Even just being in school, I used to be proud. When I left and I saved 2 kids by talking to them or yelling at them and embarrassing them, so maybe they catch it that way. You can't treat every kid the same, you know that. But it's a great feeling to know. And how do you find out? I bump into these kids every day. They're in every store, ShopRite, and they make you feel good. Kids say, "Oh, Wolfgang's here."
Mr. Brown, I want to thank you for taking the time. Thank you for being a great fucking teacher and a parent and everything that you've done for a ton of kids, especially me. You changed my fucking life with humor, and that's it. You guys got to meet. He's changing flavors finally. Huh, cocksuckers? Tonight I'm at Freehold, sold out. Tomorrow night, me, Lee, Rich Voss are at Parks Casino. Next Tuesday, we're at the open mic again. And Wednesday, we're in Jersey City at White Eagle Hall. It's sold out. So I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I'll add some more dates later. Lee, you got anything for these cocksuckers?
This week I'm with you in Parks.
All right. I love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to your families. And thank you for supporting the Church New Testament. Stay black, cocksuckers.
Welcome back to church.
The Church New Testament is brought to you by Blue Chew. Listen, if you've been wondering if Blue Chew is all it's cracked up to be, the answer is yes. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers ED meds right to your door with the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost, and you cannot go wrong. I love Blue Chew. You know, I'm old, but every once in a while I get a little loving to me, and Blue Chew never lets me down. Don't miss out on the best sex ever. Blue Chew got you covered. You understand me? When they're laying there looking at you like, what the fuck just happened? That's you, Captain Blue Chew. Now, Blue Chew wants you to have the confidence to perform at your best. So discover your options at BlueChew.com. That's BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for the church fans. You ready? Try Blue Chew for free. Just pay $5 shipping at checkout at BlueChew.com. Again, that's BlueChew.com to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important information. And I want to thank Blue Chew for supporting the podcast.